Yo, what up, podcast people? It's the one and only legend of winning, aka Low. On my love, I have my co-host Agent Zero. Say what up.
Hey, everybody.
Yo, behind the producer desk, we got producer John.
Hey, I'm a fish in the court.
Alexa, shut the fuck up.
That's not Alexa.
Google?
Yeah, it is.
I fuck Google. I fuck Google.
I'm about to say, be careful. We are on YouTube now.
All right, my phone.
All right, Fish John.
Nah, it's over with, bro.
It's over. All right.
This is over with.
And today we got a special guest with us, Vic.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Hey.
You popped out from behind the curtains, man. Who would have thought?
Oh man.
Man.
Y'all guys are funny, man.
Man, how you doing, man?
We need like a gimmick like Ellen. You know how Ellen danced for a while?
Oh, my dancing is crazy.
We need something. We need to match that energy. John is vibing in the back.
John is vibing way too long to this Sesame Street ass music.
All right, man. Hey, Vic, it's fantastic to have you on the podcast set, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Turn that
Okay, I don't know how long you wanted to go.
Well, I could write something on the board.
You can write whatever you like.
Yeah, whatever
man.
you want, man. While he's doing that though, yo, make sure y'all click the membership below, dog. We have any extra exclusive content on here, bro.
Yeah, that's brand new. We
Pushing
just dropped
out
that.
bangers, brand new, and some of the classic stuff too. But we can keep all that, bro. We're gonna keep all of it, man. Make sure y'all click that, man.
Based on that description, I have no idea what we post.
I said extra exclusive content.
Okay, cool, nice. Just be a little bit more concise and clear in your messaging. It's business 101. Everybody knows. North Carolina. We love North Carolina.
I'm
J. Cole.
Is he from North Carolina?
Yeah.
The Ville.
Oh, is that roof he was sitting on in that one album cover? That gotta have been North
What's your
Carolina.
problem?
That gotta have been North Carolina, man.
Heat experts, yes, sir.
Got it.
Oh, man, you know,
Heat
man.
experts,
North Carolina, man, the heat experts.
Wow, I didn't know that about North Carolina, actually.
Yeah. You know, we know a lot about hot summers.
Y'all are not heat. You're not a heat expert. I'm just letting you know.
You never been to Toronto?
I don't have to.
I've been to North Carolina.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, like,
When'd you go?
years ago.
What
Yeah, but like
time?
what season?
What season?
Like spring?
It probably was
Yeah.
a global.
You
Yeah,
didn't go
yeah,
to
like,
summer.
you ain't-
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
like-
So I didn't fully experience it.
nah,
We
yeah.
got 4 seasons, so when it's spring, but when it's summer, like it's really summer.
So what part of North Carolina are you from?
From Fayetteville.
The
Okay. Why does
Ville.
each state have a Fayetteville? Am I bugging? Doesn't
But
like
there's only one real Fayetteville in the world. It's
Georgia.
Not me. Not for me.
he's from
North
Fayetteville, Georgia.
It's Fayetteville, Georgia.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry, but Fayetteville, North Carolina. Like I know in Fayetteville, Georgia, specifically, like the people that live in Fayetteville, Georgia. Like I could bet probably 9 out of 10 of them got like a J. Cole poster in their room somewhere.
I think he did at some point.
I
So
never
it's like, yo, they
did.
Okay.
dream of like, yo, I'm actually from Fayetteville, but not technically.
I
think
could
the
be wrong, but is there
the
not also a
Cannolis-
Fayetteville in
Arkansas?
Louisiana?
Arkansas, Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Fayetteville
Okay.
is just used to be a city in London. Like it just a lot of those cities are
okay.
just carried over from.
Oh, so
Europe.
this is the
Yeah.
best Fayettevilles you're saying?
It's the original.
Okay, got it.
What
I
about
don't
the
know if it is
Cannolis?
the original. I think he's just talking right
The
now.
Cannolis that came here first. I think didn't they settle in Georgia?
what?
The Cannolis.
Them niggas just repeated names, huh?
Wait, what? Who settled in Georgia? Who?
The Cannolis.
Talking about the niggas that took over.
Yeah, they came over here and settled. Then they settled.
Colonists?
Yeah,
Is that
those
the word
guys.
you're trying to
Same
say?
thing.
For a cannoli?
It's the same thing.
Yo, no, there's
the same
no
thing.
way you're that off from the
Is
colonists.
that historically right, or is that just like?
I think
Man,
Georgia,
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why are you asking him?
settled first.
He's a Fayetteville expert
I don't
now.
know.
What's going
I just-
on,
Fayetteville,
yo?
North Carolina. is not- I can't speak for every Fayetteville.
Okay.
But I
Did
do
it-
know where the real one is at.
Battle in
Facts,
Fayetteville.
true.
The Battle of Fayetteville.
It just said facts though, so it's an agreement.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and die on the hill of Fayetteville, Georgia. Even though I'm from there.
But I had an
that's
argument.
your
I had an
hometown.
argument with somebody that was also from Fayetteville, Georgia. I was like, "Man, what y'all got from like Fayetteville, Georgia?" He was like, "Man, we filmed Black Panther." here." I was like,
Oh, and
That's it?
Spider-Man.
Oh, that did.
And
That
Spider-Man.
did.
but like,
Great
that's
box
it.
office.
But like that's it
It
though.
broke
Like,
numbers though.
No.
No, it didn't number it. But I'm saying like,
Oh, there's several NBA and football, like NFL players from there as well.
but we got Michael Jordan from
Oh,
Lumberton.
you guys are done for it. He's
Yeah.
in.
Wait, he's from
No.
Fayetteville.
He from Lumberton, which is 20 minutes outside of.
So not Fayettille, not Fayettille.
How about J. Cole?
We got J. Cole. Yeah, I don't know if we
Okay,
got named.
J.
We know.
Cole.
We got
Okay,
named the
okay.
obvious.
Okay.
Okay, and who else?
Murray.
Who?
Oh, not only that.
No, dead ass.
Yeah,
like who?
We don't know who that is.
Murray.
Oh, the
We
Army
got
guy.
Dennis Smith Jr.
Okay.
Got Vic
Damn,
Blends.
he barely in the league.
Okay,
though.
okay.
Wait, Dennis.
Black
When
Panther
last
be
time y'all
both of
seen
them.
Dennis Smith Jr. though?
He's like Black
He's on the
Panther.
Hornets.
For them ODJ Cole competed Black Panther.
He on the Hornets.
Everybody
He
said
was on Portland last year.
He was on Portland.
He's got
Yeah.
signed to the Hornets.
Getting no PT, right? You right.
Oh wow, that's fantastic, man.
What you mean he got no PT?
We getting no PT.
He played till he got injured.
He's the basketball expert. He know everything about.
Yeah, don't even
basketball.
start in a basketball argument. It's never gonna end.
Literally in Fayetteville we have Megatron, so don't know the
That's
time.
it.
Do you really?
You
Yeah.
see that ball right there?
Oh,
that's
Calvin-
a,
shit.
Yeah, Calvin
that's an
Johnson.
Antonio Livingston. That's
Okay,
his signed ball.
He's just
Now, I
chatting.
don't know who Antonio Livingston is.
He wasn't good.
He's
That's
just-
just he just got it.
He's
signed.
just no.
That's
He's
the
just
sign Antonio. How much is the ball
He's
worth?
just chatting. He's just chatting. He's just talking.
316.
Please
$3.16.
Yeah, on eBay.
He's just chatting. He doesn't know what he's talking
the
about.
hats were worth more.
Oh, that
You
ball?
probably pay
Yeah.
more
That was
to.
signed by Jason Terry right after he got dunked on.
Jason Terry. Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's a crazy signature.
The
to
case
grab.
probably cost him more than the ball.
No, that's
Like he's probably put more bread into getting it framed and hung up.
I think the picture of him
Who
getting
signed this shit for real? Hold on, watch out, man. Who signed this shit for real?
We actually don't know.
Don Tolliver.
Was it
Don Tolliver? That's a old ass basketball.
It
Don
was signed by
Tolliver.
Shabazz Muhammad on draft night.
He tried to cut on Dennis like
That's a prop from the
like
Bernie Mac
Fayetteville,
show.
Georgia got hoopers.
No, actually, I hope the best for Dennis.
That's a prop from the Bernie
So,
Mac
so
show.
Vic, explain to them who you are, what you do, so they get a better understanding outside of you just being from the Ville.
Yeah, my name is Victor Fontanez, also known as Vic Blends. I'm 23 years old. I'm a motivational speaker, barber, entrepreneur. I am from Fayetteville, North Carolina, but moved out to Atlanta about 3 years ago, and that's
Oh, wow.
where I really started taking content full time.
Okay, I had no clue you lived out here. That's fascinating.
Yeah, been out here for the last 3.
Interesting. How do you like Atlanta? Is it different?
Now it's mad different. You know, Fayetteville is such a small place. Like we don't have like buildings that are like tall, or we don't got like a downtown. So you don't really see any of the shit that you would see on social media growing up, like in person. You would never see like the cars or, you know, like artists and shit grow through the city. So when you come to Atlanta, it's almost like a culture shock being in such a big city where you just learn that you got to be in proximity to opportunity. So like I had to get out of Fayetteville to be able to like be somewhere where I can make shit happen.
Interesting.
That's a good mindset to have.
Definitely a good mindset. Yeah, can't happen in Fayetteville. You got to come
The
down.
bigger the buildings, the better the
you
opportunities.
got to come here down Fayetteville, Georgia.
Hey, you
for
got-
that.
yeah.
Boy, that's what really get popping.
Sound like that's the real Fayetteville. You
That
got
shit might be worse. Y'all got Rick Ross house. That's like the most landmark shit in Fayetteville, Georgia.
It actually is. Yeah, look,
Rick Ross house.
It's huge too.
I just
Nah.
had to cheat and Google it. I don't even care what's Rick Ross.
Yeah, facts.
Now they got hella film studios there. They film a lot of shit there.
The film studio like new.
I know.
Rick Ross has been there
Like
for
the
a
last
while,
couple
so-
years, they've been. Yeah.
Damn, we
Yeah,
got Rick
facts,
Ross.
No hate to Fayetteville, Georgia. I sound like a Fayetteville, Georgia hater, but
No, it's fine. I grew up there. I mean, that's literally a landmark. Like we drove by, like, oh man, it used to be Holyfield House. That's what it
It's
used to be.
Funtacious beef.
Like, oh man, that's straight.
Man, we squashed the Fayetteville beef today, man. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Fayetteville beef, man. So since you say you create content, what type of content in particular? Because I'm assuming it has something to do with.
He got that
What
on set of the George Lopez show in the last episode.
Yo, random people signing a basketball.
he said what? He
So-
said that was George Lopez
You
signing.
remember Nickelodeon?
Yeah, the George Lopez shit.
On the last episode, he signed it and gave it to him.
They played that on Nickelodeon here.
It was on Nickelodeon. Like, Nigga
Where's
Night.
it at?
I don't, what,
Nick at Night.
what TV show they have it on? What
Nick at
channel?
Night.
Oh, it wasn't on Nickelodeon for us. It was on
It
one
was
of
a
those-
late night joint.
on like
It
those
was a
adult
late night
ones.
It's called
joint.
Nick at
Yeah.
Night. That's what all
Oh,
the late
okay,
night
okay,
shows.
okay.
It was a late night joint,
Yeah,
late night
late night.
sitcom type
They
shit.
be jumping on the trampoline.
So,
boy. That's how you know you.
You say you create content. What type of content in particular? I'm assuming it has something to do with.
Yeah, you know, the content I'm most known for is giving haircuts on the streets to strangers.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, that is.
And
why I
we would
seen
have
it.
conversations about things that, you know, whatever that person's going through, whatever they want to speak about.
Say less. So what got you into like? I guess going that route with cutting hair. You just saw like a void that was missing. You just
Nah,
thought
you know,
something
like I felt like
interesting?
more of a void in myself. You know, like being like a celebrity boy. I put like quotes on this shit, like whack title, but being like a very well known like barber and already like cutting for mass celebrities and artists and shit throughout Atlanta. So it's a cool thing to say that you do, but there's really no longevity in it. It's not really impact anybody. Like I'm not really making no change doing so. So then all of a sudden when COVID comes and we can no longer cut, like you find out how replaceable you are. And it's like, damn, if I'm not gonna pull up the cut because I'm like, you know, some shit going on, like they're just gonna call the next person. So like it's a cool title to have, but it's not something that you could say like, yo, like I did this shit, like it's mine, like I created this, and it's like, yo, this is me, it's my legacy.
Yeah.
You know, there's always gonna be somebody younger, better, faster than you at cutting or doing whatever the job is that we all do. So when COVID came and I had to sit at the crib, I'm like, damn, you know, like I got to figure out what else I'm gonna do if I can never cut again. You know, you got to really question yourself on shit like that. So I'm sitting at the crib, like not knowing if like, yo, we ever get better cutting, or like, yo, if we do, like, what if something happens to my hands? You know, like, God forbid I ever lose my hands, I can't cut again. But my whole identity has been like being some rapper's barber. Like that's all I'm known for. Like, yo, that would be the highlight. That would be peak of my life. Yeah. So in the pandemic, when I couldn't cut anybody, I would just start making motivational videos, just speaking about whatever I was going through, whatever I was feeling. And it was just at a time where I feel like everybody really needed some type of motivation. Everybody was going through shit, and we all kind of sat at the crib and got a reality check. So I got a little bit of traction through those videos, and I kind of felt guilty because I feel like I'm such a good barber that I should be like using this somehow. I should be still cutting in a way. And I just felt like, you know, like I got it tatted on my arm. I got an angel with a pole on my arm because I really feel like it was God's gift to me, like to be a good barber. It was like just as a gift, as a skill. And I felt guilty not using that because I'm like, I really feel like I'm here to speak, which is like the difference from passion and purpose. Like I'm passionate about barbering, but purposely, like what I'm here to do is to like motivate and inspire others. So when we got out of the pandemic and I'm like, yo, like we go out to cut again and go out to do shit. I was like, man, I'm going to go out and cut a stranger because it'll give me my own stage to like have a conversation about some shit that really matters. So that way I use my gift, but it's more of a vehicle. So I started doing those videos as soon as we got out of the pandemic. And I mean, shoot, man, people love them, man. And, you know, I feel like people could just see like, it just shows equality between anybody. And that's probably what we need most now, right? Is like bringing people together. But yeah, like having a conversation with them on the street just shows like, yo, these folk that you walk past every day that you would never speak to go through the same shit that you go through.
For sure. Yeah, so you was doing that. So you did that in Atlanta, or you did it before?
Started in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
What happened during the pandemic where people just, because people still need their haircut?
People still need their haircut, but
you just
weren't
willing to? Were you out of the city?
like scared first, like everybody can't, you know, nobody can lie here. Like, yo, when that shit first started, nobody knew how serious it really was. And we was hearing about, you know, folk really did pass away from that shit. So it's like, I'm not gonna risk that because it's so new that like we don't know what's going on. It's not that like I'm scared of like, oh, like trying to act like I'm scared of it. I'm like, man, this shit is new. Like I'm not about to fucking go test life for a haircut. Like
I bought a whole bunch of canned food.
Yeah, I'm not about to test like my life to go cut somebody for a couple $100. Like I'm straight on that, bro. Like we got time to figure this shit out. So
You heard what he said?
you know, you kind of just chill.
He said a couple $100.
Very surprised you didn't comment on that.
Yeah, a couple $100. We are gonna speak on that.
I saw a post on Instagram.
The price of
haircuts are going.
Yeah, they just keep going.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
talk
yo,
about that.
pulling up on somebody in the middle of the
starts seeing
pandemic, like, what am I supposed to go for?
Yeah, no, I mean, you charge your price. If people pay it, then that's what you're valued at.
No, but you right though, because
Regardless, it ain't worth it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't.
it's
No,
not like no money, no amount of money like worth
sure.
like fucking with your health, like playing with your health.
Especially-
like, bro, you couldn't pay me to like gamble my health.
especially going to like
just saying you
like
would.
public, you know,
Everybody
that's
got
great.
price.
Especially going to the public shops. Yeah, no,
But Elon Musk, I
I
got $1 million. I need to cut right now. I got a COVID event I got to go to.
A COVID event?
Yeah, I got to go there and tell them how.
I mean, we'll find a way.
Since I have it right now,
We'll find a way. But if he's like, yo, cut me on like the air, like the jet. What is this shit that goes in the air? The
spaceship.
Yeah.
Yo, cut me on. I'm like, man, I'd probably be like, nah.
Nah,
I can't risk going. I can't risk going.
you
Like
don't have to
space.
answer it, but like I'm curious, what's the most someone's ever paid you for like a cut?
For a cut, I mean, I've got a good amount of money doing a cut, like a couple $1,000, but it's like that's from working on set for like a big project. Yeah, like
doing
it's not realistic to like you're not gonna make thousands from like just doing one singular haircut for unless either the label's paying for it. Right, whatever production company's
the
paying
label
for
loves
it.
the
labels is crazy.
This our new artist, man. Here's 3,000, man.
Yeah.
the band.
That's crazy.
Just get them right. Just give
You
them
know
a
how the labels,
fade.
bro, like,
Give them a fade.
it's fucked up because it come out the artist budget.
Yeah.
They're not realizing that. So like, oh, my label will pay for it, not knowing they're gonna recoup that through their shit. So
Yeah.
They hype
you know,
them up. Oh yeah.
But there's barbers out there that's like, yo, I'm gonna,
It's like
I'm
an
gonna
insurance
go get
company.
that. Yeah,
Like, you know, when you if you get in a car crash and they find out that you're gonna get your insurance involved, then they start charging a lot more. Actually, that's a bad example because you have to get your insurance involved.
No. I see
But
what
like
you're saying.
even home insurance,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, anytime you bring up insurance, they're like, yeah, we're charging 3 times more.
So how did you build your clientele to that point though? Because I know
a really good
a few
question.
barbers and they kind of always struggle with the idea of like obviously trying to balance out working at a shop versus at home, or also just trying to like build a consistent clientele. So you're not even from the city, so like how did you able to do that, especially in the middle of a pandemic?
I mean, man, I was just willing to like work harder than anybody as far as when it comes to like my job and what I'm here to do. Like I made sure if I had a chance to come and execute some shit that I executed. And so much is not like it's hard to get an opportunity, but keeping those opportunities is like the most important part.
For sure.
Because you'll be surprised, like a rapper, even a big rapper, the biggest rappers, like anybody, like they need a service done. So it's not so much they really care about who's actually doing it, just as long as you're really available to come through and do it when you say you're going to come and do it. So like I made sure that I prioritize my availability. So like I stopped charging, I stopped cutting in the shop as much, and I just knew like that's the direction I wanted to head into. And then it slowly started like to build, and I had a long-term vision for those relationships I was building. I wasn't trying to just be the celebrity barber to get like money from the cuts. Like I was doing it because I started seeing in myself that I could do other shit. So now I'm like trying to mend and grow these relationships in hopes that like, yo, when my shit really takes off the way I envision it, that like I'll have these fruitful relationships around me. But you kind of fuck yourself up because you start as just a barber. So then now you got to change everybody's perspective about you and what you do. And it's like everybody don't see that. So a lot of the guys that I used to cut as their barber, now that I'm no longer really a barber anymore, and I've gone into like doing my own thing, you start to see that those are just transactional relationships. Not all of them, but some of them end once that transaction is done. And like you no longer really know that person or see that person as much.
That's true.
It'll probably be love when you see him, but like I started to understand like, yo, start to establish whatever it is that I want out of this relationship as soon as I have it. And like set the expectation of like what we are first. So there's no hard feelings about, oh man, when I can no longer do this or do that for you, like I need you to know that like you had to expect this was coming.
Yeah.
But you start a relationship one way. It's like, yo, some people get too invested in that. And if you're not there for the same reason, or they're not there for the same reason, you have a crazy fallout. So I've learned like, yo, just to relax. But
You don't feel guilty about that though?
nah, why should I? Like it's
what?
my life, man. Like
building. I understand what you're saying because it prevents you from getting burnt.
And stop it?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
just like
don't feel
building
bad, but, like,
relationships in that manner.
you don't just cold turkey nobody. Like,
Yeah,
for
for
like
sure.
really good clients,
Yeah.
I just kind of explain to them like, hey man, I'm not at a place where I really got the time to do so, but I do got somebody that I'll refer to you that does have the time to make sure that you could come and get a cut. It's my right hand. He's well trusted. Like I got you in good hands, but like I can no longer do it.
I might tear up. You give me all these cuts, bad bitches coming in. You look good.
For sure, yeah. It's
You
a
look
it's a
good,
heartbreaking thing, bro. But like nobody's feeling bad when my shit ain't getting done.
Facts.
Right? Like nobody else gonna feel bad because you ain't wake up and get your shit done today.
You say it's hard to maintain clients. I feel like a barber is one of the areas where like people have a lot of loyalty to the person that cuts their hair because they don't like trusting new people with it. Is it hard for you once you get a client to like maintain them over the course of years? Because you're right. If you're working with very unavailable people, your availability is going to be their greatest asset. If you're telling them you're busy too much, they're just going to find someone else to do it. Same thing with hairstylists or like massage person. Literally
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yo, a lot of people just get comfortable with any opportunity they get, whether it's like a new job or new relationship or new whatever you're doing. You get that because you wanted it really bad. And it's like the honeymoon phase is there where you're going really, really hard for that person and you're doing all the extra. Then a lot of people really fall off after a couple months. And it's just kind of, you expect that this person is going to come to you for no reason. So when people have professional services they provide, once they feel they lock you down as a client, most people stop executing at that level. And it's same for anybody,
that is
videographers,
true.
photographers, like anybody that pulls up and does a service, editor, anybody. I've experienced it now with like plenty other creative lanes. It's like you get somebody that go really hard for the first couple ones, trying to prove something in this relationship. And once it's like, all right, yo, I rock with you, you rock with me. Like that person might get comfortable with where they're at and start, the expectation is like, yo, you need me more than I need you type shit.
Yeah.
So like maintaining it for years, it's like, yeah, you gotta be
on it every
you
time.
gotta be executing,
You
know?
gotta treat your customer like a new customer every time. That's what keeps that.
Yeah, you gotta treat them like it's their first time to you every time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's for anybody, you know, not just barbers.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you came down to the city, was there any type of like plan or execution that you had, the idea? Because it sounded like you're just doing a lot of like networking. Like you talk to one person, bump into the next, and your name just kind of gets around. Was there anything special you did?
Bro, I just felt like I said, like I made myself available. Yo, the first shit, I wasn't even in Atlanta yet when I got like the first chance to cut my first rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I was driving the U-Haul to Atlanta from North Carolina, and I had my clippers in my car. I had like the Chevy Malibu. I let my mom and my dad drive it. They had work, so they got off at like 5, and they were gonna drive after they got off work. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna drive at like 6 a.m. I'll get there early, start unpacking, and then y'all can meet me at night like in Atlanta to move in, and I'll just like do all the hard work myself. I don't want my mom driving the U-Haul.
Yeah, fast.
And then I left my clippers in there because I'm like, yo, when I get to Atlanta, I'm going to work at a barbershop. So I'll just keep my clippers in my car so I could just drive my car to the barbershop and already unload my shit. So I'm like, man, there's nothing that's going to pop off in like the next like 9 hours. Like I just got to the city.
Yeah.
So as I'm driving, I get a DM from, rest in peace, DJ Geo, which was Mozzie's DJ. Geo DM me and was like, yo, Mozzie coming into town. He need a haircut. Wife and Lucci and him at the studio. Could you pull it to the studio?
Boy, Lucci?
Lucci and Mozzie. So I'm like, yo, yeah.
That's his ad lib.
He do that. Can you do it again? How's it go?
He go,
It don't sound like that.
You nailed it.
I don't think it sound like that.
You never heard the word? No, I know exactly what
but
you're talking about.
in the studio, it probably sound better.
Is that what he?
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh,
There's no audio equipment here.
Yeah.
Processing. Yeah.
He got an engineer.
The label
Okay.
take care of that.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting.
For sure, I appreciate that, dog.
So you are. So you. It sounded like you knew people before.
They tell me they at the studio, so I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
So I was going to work at a barbershop. I never even been. I'm not even in the city yet. I'm like 3 hours away still. I call ahead to the barbershop and I'm like, hey man, I know y'all don't really know me, but I'm supposed to be starting there on Monday. And I don't got no clippers. Could I borrow one of y'all clippers in there? It's like I asked one of the barbers in there, this dude Lance, and he was like, yeah, for sure, bro. Like I got you. If you work in here, you family. Like we got you.
Yeah.
So I was like, bet. I'm gonna come over there and get the clippers, but I don't got my car, so I'm whipping like this 20-foot U-Haul through Atlanta. Y'all know how bad it is to drive in Atlanta.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm driving in the middle of the day with this U-Haul, and the speaker don't work, so I'm also driving with my Beats headphones on, which is like crazy. Don't drive with headphones, but I get pulled over for that as I'm like trying to go to these clippers to go cut like Mozzie at the studio, and I get pulled over. Dude's like, yo, take the headphones off. I pull into the barber shop. I break my dresser because I'm driving and it's like, yo, I'm trying to drive fast, so my dresser falls and breaks in the back of the truck.
Jeez.
I get the clippers, and then everything's cool. And I'm like, yo, I pray that like this barber or whatever studio they're at is like not far, because I already fucked my dresser up. I got pulled over, and like I can't keep whipping this U-Haul.
Yeah.
I put the address in, bro. They was a street away. I got blessed.
Jeez.
I got blessed. So I parked the U-Haul there at the barbershop and I walk to the damn studio with like all my shit.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like that. I gotta walk over there.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to pull into the studio with you. I'm gonna look crazy.
That boy said he got a lot of
Niggas trying to move into the
Yeah,
studio.
pulled up like with a whole barbershop. You know,
Hop in the U-Haul.
I got my whole life in here, bro. Like everything I own. So I pull into the studio, cut Mozzie. It was all cool. But like that goes back to that question, like, how do you like start getting those opportunities? Like, bro, I'm willing to make that shit happen
For sure.
by any means necessary.
So you was already cutting in North Carolina? How did he know to DM you? Like you was already cutting at this time?
Yeah, like I would use the Atlanta hashtags weeks before.
Oh, okay.
Weeks before I came to Atlanta.
Okay.
Because I wanted my haircuts and shit to start popping up on the Atlanta geotags. So by the time I got to Atlanta, like at least some people knew me, so I could start getting income as soon as I got here. So I would start promoting like I was in Atlanta.
That's actually really smart.
Like months ago before
I
I
wish
actually
more people
moved.
did that. Because when I try and find a hairstylist, that's the only way I know how to check.
And you
'Cause
search up like Atlanta, whatever you need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say,
and
yeah,
look it up.
is that not the only? Because I know like there's the Cut app, but that's the only like
The cut out.
there's an app called the Cut where you can like find barbers like locally in your city.
Real people use that?
That's the only one that I know. That's the only app though that I know. Outside of that or IG. Well, actually,
When the last time you used the cut app?
that's how I actually found the barber that I work over here.
He gave you the cold shoulder.
No, I live.
Handle it.
I used to. No, I live like 30, 40.
At the app.
I live like 30, 40 minutes away. I just moved back on this side of town. That's why. That's why.
I need to
That's
cut
why.
too. We both
That's
need to cut.
crazy.
We both bad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
These guys are
But-
they want to cut so bad right now. John's like, you know what John said to me? He's like, oh, we should get like a Patreon, like a little video or something.
Face ass.
I texted her, I said, yo, can you bring your clippers, like do a little video?
Face ass. So now, all right. So you grinding, you in Atlanta, you touching down and shit like that. And you building the clientele. Well, first of all, let me go back because like you said, that was smart to like have everything prepped before you actually came down. More people should probably be that forward thinking and shit like that. But you touch on Atlanta, you start cutting hair. What is what's the difference from working like in a shop versus like out and about outside of availability? Because I know a lot of people who kind of go back and forth and they actually don't even like driving around and shit like that. So like, is there a benefit outside of availability to do that, or like, is there a reason why to do it or not?
I mean, you just get an opportunity to charge more.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, that's really it. You get an opportunity to charge more if you really want to like get a premium for what you're doing.
let's talk about that. Let's talk about this charging more, man. Look, man. This is getting out of hand, man. I'm gonna speak for everybody out there, man. There's an ongoing conversation happening in the men community right now. Barbers getting out of control, man. Y'all getting out of control, man. Y'all charging too much, man. When we was growing up, it was like $20.
My haircuts are free, dog. I don't know why you taking
There's no way
the haircut attention out.
You're just no.
I mean, my haircuts are free, man.
Man, why is the price so high? People actually do genuinely want to know that.
The man, I mean, I can only speak for myself, man.
Yeah.
My haircuts are free 99 on the streets. I mean, life gets expensive, man.
Okay.
Is that like? Let me ask you, why do you think barbers charge more?
I think barbers.
What's in your head? What's in your head? I want to know as a cut. Like, what's in your head? Why do you think barbers charge like
to
that?
be honest with you, I think barbers were actually underselling themselves for years. If I had to keep it a bean,
Yeah,
I think
That's what you do.
No,
Like,
I mean, so serious.
Artists, and you giving them a cut like that's like I feel like it's like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Like if you're pulling up to Lil Baby, and he's paying this, and then you pull up to me. Why would I pay you $20?
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like even in a shop. I dead ass. If you had said 10, 20 years ago that cuts were like $30, $40, I think people still would have paid, in all honesty. I just think that people got too comfortable with the idea for like decades. Nah, when I was growing up, it was like $20
plus a tip.
and then you do the tip to make $25.
It was like 12 for someone I was like getting cut in the Ville, like 12 for like a kid,
Atlanta.
15.
You get like a even a baseball.
Oh no,
cut.
yeah, that
Like 15 and then like 20.
All even the shave.
When I turned 16,
I was paying 15 for a minute.
No, when I turned 16, my barber started charging me like an adult. He was like, "No, that's adult size head right there, boy."
Once you get out that safety chair,
You do got an adult size head.
Tall. I got a big ass dome ski, man. I got a big ass head. So he was like, "Bro, that's 20 right there." And then once you get a tip,
he charge you by your head size.
But to be honest,
Like 2 haircuts.
facts.
Damn,
God.
you got
He
a
looked
big
at my
ass
shit
head
like,
with
boy,
T-O.
yeah, you
Come on,
want
man.
to charge you for 2 haircuts.
He like, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get that extra on you, my boy.
Shit, boy, you got a
But to-
basketball, don't you?
But to be honest, like I said before, I actually think that barbers.
Hey, y'all trying to bring up the basketball.
But I think barbers actually undersold themselves. So I think now they think to themselves that they trying to figure out how high they can go before like people.
Yeah,
slow down.
bro, barbers need to get their worth too, just like everybody else need to get their worth.
For sure.
People pay it, but that's what they're worth.
Especially if
Simple
you're
as
good
that.
at it. If you're not
Yeah,
good
if
at
somebody
it,
pays the price, you're worth it. Like, but you can't even tell somebody like that you feel like it's not good at it. It's not good at it. It's
you can tell
art.
after they do it. Like after you get a cut, someone like I had a
Yeah,
cut
sure,
one
like through that
time.
experience. But like if somebody else is willing to pay that, like that's what they worth. But this is how art is priced. You look at it like a painting that you feel like is like terrible, and it's selling for millions. So, but like some barbers got like different qualities to them outside of a cut that makes you like a really likable person. And it's like, yo, not everything is based on just the skill to cut.
For sure.
Like if like Lil Baby wanted a barber that just had the pure skill to cut, you can get that.
Yeah.
But like, what if that dude is a weirdo?
True.
What if that dude come around every day and he fucking want to record everything, or that dude like dropping lows on the shit, or like, you know, you got to be a trustworthy person. There's so many other qualities that somebody would rather pay for, especially even growing up. Especially even growing up, when you're like, your mans would keep getting his haircut fucked up. You're like, man, you need to come to my barber. Like, why you keep going to that dude? And you're like, I just where I've been going.
I trusted my dad one
It's
time.
like, yo, they might not be that good, but you've been going so long. There's like trust. That person makes you feel a way. Like he might make you laugh. He might make you feel like more comfortable about yourself. Like this shit that a barber does, or like anybody that does a service, that makes them the reason why people want to go to him. So
For sure.
You may look at it like the fade fucked up, but that dude made of just like gave him the best conversation of his life, so it was worth that 100 to him. You never know, but you can't like beat the internet arguing that shit. It's just like a ridiculously long like argument, but.
No,
to the internet, I get it, bro. Like, yo, everybody missed the $20, dub cuts.
Facts and dope cuts.
No, I get it. It's
I
the
get
same
it,
thing
you know,
with me and designers. Like when I get designers, I get the most reliable people. I don't get the best designer. Because if you're an unreliable designer, we don't have anything to talk about.
As far as what, like a designer, like what, like graphic
if,
design?
If you can't, yeah. So for thumbnails, or if I need some sort of graphic or animation for a video, is the reliability is by far the most important factor.
Yeah, but like when I hire in creatives, like when I hire in graphics or I hire in video, I hire in threes. Like that's the best thumb of rule I could give anybody advice on. Is like when you hire in a creative, hire in threes. Like get one person that has the best skill possible for the most money. Like the highest price, but he gonna turn around the best work. So when you got a banger video that you know you need that good shit for, like you hire that dude. Then you're gonna have that middle price dude that's like you're gonna use probably more often than anybody. You'll use him all the time. He got pretty good work. He get it to you on a good amount of time and it's average price. And you'll have the dude that gets you the fastest turnaround time, that got the cheapest price, but like the work isn't the best.
Yeah.
So that way, depending on what project you got or like what you need something for, like you know who to go for what you need, and then also like the turnaround times. If one can't get to you, then you fall down to your second or your third string.
True.
Like that keeps like the consistency of creating content there.
For sure.
Hey, have you ever got a haircut? Do you get haircuts?
I don't think I got one haircut. I went to the barber one time when I was like 12, and my mom just sat me down. I didn't even pick it, and they cut all my hair.
That's the basic.
Did you not get a cut on TikTok not too long ago?
Yeah, but that was just like a troll cut. Like I just had him install a hairline for me because my
It looked
hairline's
pretty
back
good.
there. Yeah,
No, I did not.
like he did a good job
Why are you
considering it was like
hating?
5 minutes.
I don't think you saw it.
I saw it. I commented on it. Why are you hating?
Yeah, Jesus,
What?
dude, stop
Slow.
hating.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Bro,
Hey, stop. Hey,
bro, it looked like somebody was skiing on his hairline, bro.
No. To be
He's
fair,
just mad he can't
saw
hide
it.
his.
Yeah.
No.
To be
Say what you about to say.
He saw it like after a long ass
said?
day where I was boxing and doing some more shit. So like
Oh,
it was.
you didn't tell me you were boxing.
I did it. So, but when it was
Hey,
like
bro,
when it was installed,
y'all should pull
When
the,
it was
pull the
installed,
photo, pull the photo up like right when y'all edit the podcast. Like the photo of the cut needs to go up here somewhere.
Yeah,
When I saw it, it was done.
I think when I get in good shape, I'm probably gonna get a haircut. But for right now,
They
like
pull it back.
nah.
Let me see it.
Wow.
Let him
Where's the start?
Let him see it.
No, because I already know what's gonna happen.
Are you
Everyone's
gonna
gonna
line it
clip
up?
it,
Bro,
and
let him
my
see-
whole
let him
mentions
see
is
what's
gonna be
going
my
on.
hairline. I'm telling you what happens, bro.
Bro,
This gonna be the
let him-
timestamp.
Let him
Reveal.
see. Let him see where your hairline.
I'll
is.
show you.
I'm
I'll show you a
curious.
clip. I'll show you a clip. It's pretty bad
you
though.
can't just
right
like-
now.
He's a barber. Show him.
Nigga, I'm telling you what's gonna happen to my mentions for 2 days, bro.
Bro, just do it.
There's a reason why I don't do it. I'll show you a clip though. Hold on.
Listen,
Nah,
bro,
why
you
do I-
made it.
it's
Drop
right
banger.
here.
Get
This
ready
is
to fucking drop a
peer pressure
YouTube
is one of the
video.
most dangerous things, man.
Where it started?
It's back, like
Zooming
list.
in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yo, zooming
They
in
didn't see it.
real life.
I didn't move the camera.
Let me
They
ask you,
didn't
how do you feel about it?
I think when I was younger, people used to make fun of me over it, but then I'll just fire back if you had a big nose or a big jaw. So
You
it was
was,
just
good at,
normal.
you was good at roasting.
Not good, but like I would have to, you know?
Okay.
And then
You learned how to survive.
Yeah, and then when I got in high school, nobody gave a fuck anymore. In university, people definitely didn't give a fuck. And then I got on the internet and everyone cared. But
it came
now
back
I don't
around.
care anymore.
But they didn't care until you
They're
took
just-
your head off, though.
No, even then they didn't really give a fuck. They didn't
How does
care.
it make you feel? When you look in the mirror, how do you feel?
That's
Nah,
just- that's
pulling
just-
your hair back in the mirror.
I definitely don't pull my hair back in the mirror. I don't think it looks wrong or bad at all. That's just the way that I am. So in the same way that like somebody could work out their abs forever and never have abs,
Yeah.
like genetically, this is the way I am. I'm not gonna change that. So if
Yeah, you
people
gotta
aren't
accept
happy with
that,
the way
yeah.
that I am, then that's their problem.
Are you gonna? Are
I
you
like
gonna
it. That's a
install?
bar. That's a bar.
Are you gonna install a hairline though?
bro, like
literally, you get that Jimmy Butler.
Some people,
Jimmy Butler is crazy.
look, bro, some people just rock like a natural style. Like ain't nothing wrong with that. Like there's probably more people in the world that rock like a natural style haircut than actually get like lined up.
Because it's not going to solve anything. Like, you know, the second you fix the hairline, then you're going to be like, oh, what else can you fix? There's like more things you could fix about yourself if you want to be this ideal person, right? But that pursuit never ends. Like the people that start getting surgery to fix this, that pursuit is everlasting because there's always going to be another thing that makes you imperfect. So there's no point going down that path. I just want to maximize me. I just want to maximize me. I don't give a fuck.
Self-love.
I will be installing a hairline to get these edges back.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, you know, Tory Lanez did that and it looks great.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it looks. I think Tory Lanez.
I think his is.
It look alright.
I don't know. Great.
I think it looks
Great is great.
Nigga, the second you
I think he got
cool.
some. I think he got hair. I want to say it's like.
You don't think it's good? I
think
mean,
it's straight.
I mean, the last time I seen it was
he
like
got
right
money.
after he got
rich.
it.
Yeah, he's wealthy.
Really?
It's done. Yeah.
That
LeBron's looks great.
Mayweather shit is
LeBron
straight.
does look
Mayweather
solid.
probably got the best.
He does have the best.
I forgot.
Him?
Mayweather got a whole beard.
No,
Jalen Rose shit is not real.
Mayweather got a whole beard added, bro.
Jalen Rose got more ink than a kindergarten class.
Bro,
Nigga.
you seen him recently?
Nah.
Bro, his shit is straight jet black. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
getting like it's
Okay.
noticeably like
Someone said that was dye. That was on Twitter.
Nah, he got some color enhancement. My boy Andy be cutting his hair.
Okay, so that's color.
Yeah.
What is that? So it's hair or color?
Now he got hair there, but they enhance it with
Okay,
like the
just like
fibers.
little
and shit.
spray.
That shit is
Thing.
crisp. It's
Yeah,
very
they'll
crisp.
enhance it,
but his like it's starting to get like the hair is starting to be like all right.
But it's so
You know, but
natural
you get
though.
a cut. You get
Yeah,
a cut
for sure.
You get a cut as much as Jalen Rose get a haircut. Like that's part of his damn near daily routine.
Yeah, he get a cut like.
That's
pretty much
I feel like
That
that's the
is
reason why.
true. That is
You gotta
true.
be on camera every
He get
day.
a cut. Yeah, he probably get a cut every
That bad
single
getting a
day.
haircut that much? Or-
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
your hair just gotta like get time to grow back and get back to its natural state.
I never thought about
Can that
that.
damage growth?
Could have damaged growth. I won't say like it damaged growth, but keep pushing it back. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna keep getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? They pushing it back to do that?
Well, bro,
they
if you
line
get a
it
cut
up.
every day, it's just gonna make logical sense. You get a cut that much every day. Like the barber can't be not a fucking robot.
Oh, not precise.
It
I
can't
see
be
what you're saying, yeah.
exactly perfect every time to only cut the one hair that grows back.
They
Like,
didn't grow out.
yeah, it didn't grow out enough for you to have like a fresh canvas to work on again.
Damn, I never thought about that.
What?
Yeah, that's actually.
I never thought about I never thought about Jalen Rose having to get his hair cut practically every single
He's
day.
on
that
camera every
TV.
day.
Yeah.
It's maybe not every day, but
no,
like
I
it's
see,
like every
yeah.
other day.
Maybe like a lineup or something. Maybe like a whole
Lineup,
cut, like
they
a-
maybe they just respray it. Maybe just make it look good for the camera.
How
Like,
you feel about that? How you feel about the spray? Because some
like
you
the
gotta
spray.
tell your barber friends they got.
man,
chill out
I
with
don't
that shit.
care what no other barber do, bro.
Man, you gotta tell them to chill out with that, man.
Bro, if they like to do spray, they like to do spray. If they don't, who care? Like it don't matter. If
What
they
are
get
you-
money,
You don't overdo it. But sometimes the spray, like a barber would try to cover an error with a spray.
for sure that'll happen sometimes. But
Yeah.
like,
and
bro,
then
I'm
it
not
washes away. You're like, damn.
like barbers be arguing about like what other like men are doing with they
Yeah.
business. Like, bro, if that man want to use spray, let him use spray. Don't if you
Oh,
don't
no.
like it, don't go to him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no.
Like, but I ain't like like killing them. Like, oh man, barbers shouldn't be doing this. Man, if they getting money and enjoying their life, man, let them, I'm gonna let them do their thing.
True.
What's your go-to for the lineup when you do the lineup? You do the spray, the razor, just the clip.
Man, it's whatever the client I want, man.
Oh,
I rarely cut though, man. Like a cutting is like damn near like the last thing I ever do anymore.
oh,
So you straight content.
Yeah,
straight
I haven't.
motivation.
Bro, I haven't like taken the new client in like the last 2 years.
oh, wow.
I wonder.
Damn.
That's impressive. So everything's going according to plan. So you set goals. Now you're reaching all the goals, and now
Yeah,
you're putting
reaching.
everything.
It's so funny how like
Same
you can
goals, yeah.
you could be
That's great.
proficient in something like cutting hair, but there's way more money in you making videos about you cutting hair than the actual cutting hair, and that applies to almost every job.
Everything. I mean, it's for like anything that you do as like a craft, like as a service. Like the first time I started making more money than I was just for haircuts when I started teaching others how to do the same for their haircuts. And that's like the first time you see like, yo, teaching or like creating some sort of like concept for somebody to take. Like I could get more money doing that than actually doing the thing that I think I'm teaching.
You
know,
might do you have a school or something like
I
that?
have an online academy and then we opening, I don't really promote it no more, but we're also opening a barber school in California State prisons.
Oh,
Valley
wow.
State, I got a first barber school opening up in California prison history for them to get their license while they incarcerated. So like I got a school opening up in there. But yeah, it's like,
You ever had somebody that want to be a barber that's just not a good barber? You have to tell them like, yo, you gonna get your ass whooped.
nah, I
fucking around
mean,
like this.
what Bro, what's a good barber though? Like a good barber is a satisfied client. If you can make a client happy, you a good barber.
Like you see somebody, the hand just keep shaking. It's like, I don't know if it's for me. You ever tell somebody like,
ain't nobody gonna start and like be perfect.
John,
you know,
what
like what you mean? He just want me to say I like had some. You want me to say, yeah, I had somebody that sucked so bad, bro. Like,
he was bad, boy. I had to tell him,
dog.
like,
I mean, everybody's first video wasn't fire. Like everybody's
Facts.
first stream won't lit. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. I would ask you if you miss it, but it sounds like you're still connecting to people because, like you said before about connecting to people, a lot of barbers I know who are like that as well. Like they just like the interactions with their clientele. But it sounds like you're still interacting and touching people in various ways.
yeah, absolutely. Because that's like what I feel like I'm here to do is just to inspire others. But as far as like missing it, nah, I don't miss like just people having control of my time, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
Is that like when you would cut for money and like that's your job. That just means anybody with money could borrow your time. Right? And if anybody with money could borrow your time, it's like, damn, I got to do whatever this person want me to do all day. He just pay for me to be here.
Yeah.
It was like, what about my dreams and the shit that I want to do?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't got like time anymore to be like following somebody around all day to cut their hair or like to pull up to a studio and for a dude to tell me how many bitches he fucked last weekend or how many like how drunk he got. Like I don't got time to go sit there and listen to that. Like,
Yeah.
bro, this earth, like this time is hella limited. So like, why am I gonna wake up and letting people just like control that for me? And that take away the passion from it. Cause you started doing it because you really love what you're doing. And then you start getting like attached to like, oh, this person doing this for me or he paying me this. And then now you start doing shit that you really didn't even want to do. Like, bro, don't nobody want to sit in the studio all day and wait for fucking hours for somebody to be ready and then cut 15 of the homies that's all disrespecting you and everything you do. Like, you don't want to do that, bro. Who dreams of that, bro? Like, it sounds cool as a title, but like, nah, I don't miss that.
Yeah.
So like, I just stopped letting people control me over that, and I started controlling my own time and my own day and everything I wanted to do. And yeah, like I make my own decisions. I'm way more happier now.
Are shops profitable? I always wondered. I like asking questions.
It can be. A shop could be a profitable business, but you just got to make sure it's not too many hands in it. You know, like, or you don't try to go too big because like brick and mortars over the last couple of years have just not become the thing to do. Obviously through COVID, like having a stand up in person location is hard. And then like the touch of what a barbershop actually was is no longer. More people want house calls or they want private suites. Not a lot of people want the culture of like a barbershop. A barbershop can be profitable. I know people that make money off a barbershop, but you got to have a business structure also that represents that. You know, like
most people aren't like they can't afford like house calls, right? Like that, like the average, like if you have a 12-year-old Timmy at the house, you're not.
Yeah, but some people ain't like paying. Some barbers are just doing that for everything they do.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are just doing mobile. Like not a lot of people are like growing up in the barbershops no more.
Okay.
And this just doesn't. It's not a thing. You know, like people want to go to that one-on-one or they get a suite, but lost my thought for a second.
We're talking about
But
the
is it
culture of
profitable?
barbershops.
Yeah, is it profitable? It can be. You got to have the right business set up for that.
Is it not worth your time to set something like that up?
Nah, I never wanted a barbershop because you just think that's what a barber is going to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like you think that like a barber is going to open up a barbershop and that's like the pinnacle of their career. Like that's the highest you can go. So like my whole life I grew up with people saying that like, oh, you just need to get your own shop. And I'm like, damn, bro, if I could get my own shop at 21, is that like the biggest achievement I'm going to do as a barber is like opening up a barbershop because I could have been done it. So I've always wanted to break that barrier. Like, man, I had a commercial this year that aired during the NBA Finals. My own commercial with Rockstar. Like
the energy drink or
the energy drink.
Oh,
I'm on TV with a full Rockstar commercial during the NBA Finals. I watched that with my family.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where I dream of like, oh, this is the shit I want to be doing. I want to use my voice for these things. Like, so when people say like, yo, well, why don't you want a barbershop? It's like, bro, because I'm just thinking like 10 times bigger than that. Like I don't dream of like a shop.
Nowadays, yeah, you can go way bigger. It's like astronomically bigger, and it's like the internet just can amplify anything. Like you can do something that back in the day you're not making any bread from doing.
Exactly.
And then now you could create an entire platform and an ecosystem around it. So it's like,
but it's like that's dope because a lot of kids that grew up doing these different things that you don't really see as like, oh, this could be a big thing. You're not really celebrated or like pushed towards like, yo, this will be major for you. And then you're never really like happy about them yourself when you do them. You know, like you was almost a weirdo to want to do anything else other than playing a sport or like just fucking going to college. Like somebody that's a plumber or electrician sometimes didn't feel like that was enough.
Yeah.
But like now we got the internet where you could be the most famous plumber in the world.
Yo, these flooring videos get like 40 million views.
The dude,
oh my god,
the dude chopping wood on TikTok.
yes.
Okay, that guy is
Like
That guy, like I think.
no, the woman
He just looks good to me.
I'm saying though.
You talking about the nigga that looks really good chopping wood, right?
That boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all taking this out of context, but like the fact
those
is,
women are crazy.
The fact is, like this dude,
You can do anything.
This dude cuts wood, bro, a lumberjack, and he's got Doja Cat like commenting on his videos. Like
That's nuts.
you could do anything now with the internet, bro, and it could be the biggest of whatever it is. And I feel like I've helped other kids see that, like, yo,
That's awesome.
whatever it is that I love, I could do it at the highest level because Vic Blends did it with barbering. And that's all I wanted to do was show that, like, yo, I'm doing some regular ass shit that you would be told is regular. Because that's what I got told is like, yo, as a barber,
yeah, bro.
you going to be stuck in the Ville. You ain't making it. That's it. Like, your life will be here, open a shop, and, like, get a house.
I watched a video yesterday or 2 days ago on stream, and it was this chiropractor called the Ring Dinger. I don't know if you've seen these videos.
I've seen it, yeah.
Bro, Jack Harlow went there. That's why I popped up on my homepage. And this guy pulls millions of views doing this like chiropractoring technique where like people just feel incredible afterwards.
Yeah.
And like historically, chiropractors make good money, you know?
Yeah.
It's not great money, but it's good money.
Yeah.
But like, I know he's making astronomically more just off his YouTube. If he posts that on Facebook, I know it's doing great on Facebook. He could post a clip of it on TikTok. So it's like now the world gets to see something that otherwise it had just been like one person gets to experience. So it's like, but like 20, 30 years ago, if you were a doctor, lawyer, like those were the jobs where people were like, wow, you're going to be paid well and you're going to be satisfied in those roles. Now it turns out you can do whatever, like a fucking lumberjack. A lumberjack,
Bro,
and
the
you
fact
could be
that I'm I put barber in quotes all the time, like, and that's what I always tell kids, like, yo, I'm doing some shit that like you just think is a everyday job that you like go to all the time, but
like at the highest level.
if you want to do it and do it to this level, you can. You know, like there's a blueprint for this shit. You can do it.
This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Dave. Now, back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, I was broke. It was ridiculous. I was living paycheck to paycheck, struggling on Walmart. Even when I was living with my mom, Duke's dog, it was crazy. I couldn't make it a point A to point B to put gas in the car. I was always behind on bills. And even when I tried to be financially disciplined and save some money up, something would always go awry. Something had to happen all the time. And back then, I didn't have somebody in my corner to help me out, give me a couple of bucks here and there, and just loan me some money. However, today, they actually have that with Dave. Dave is a banking app that can help you get up to $500 immediately with your extra cash. With this extra cash, you can catch up on your bills, put the gas in the tank, and quite frankly, just give you some financial relief. What's even more interesting is that there's no interest and no credit check needed. So if any of this sounds interesting to you at all, download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
You mentioned at the beginning, it's actually what you started with. You said you were a motivational speaker. At what point did you start to make that pivot? And then like, what were you doing on a day to day? Because like once you realized that you were enjoying the barber stuff, but you know you wanted more. What were you changing about your life to get in the direction you wanted to go?
That's a really good question. That was good. That was a great question, but I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that question from you.
Okay.
But I like that one, man.
Thanks.
But when I was in, it's nice when people ask you thoughtful questions. That's awesome, man. But when I was actually in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I tried to do motivational speaking videos while I was like fresh out of barber school, like fresh in school, just because I was already just getting myself in the mindset of like trying to better myself as a person, better my habits, better my energy around me. I started reading all the books that everybody reads, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, like 48 Laws, like, you know, all those, the typical like entrepreneur books, self-help books. So I started gearing my mindset really after graduation, but it started like in 8th grade when I was running track. And my coach told me that track was a mental sport. So I'm like, yo, maybe he's like, yo, if you're just in the right mindset on like race day, you could beat somebody that's faster than you if you just come ready on race day. So I'm like, bet. Like, fuck it, I'll just get my mind right. I may not be the fastest, but if I come like pumped up enough, then I could beat somebody that's probably faster than me if they not like feeling it. So I would watch like best motivational videos on YouTube to get myself like hyped the night before. motivational speeches and shit. And I found Eric Thomas, and like I would listen to Eric Thomas motivation in 8th grade, dog, like as a kid, getting ready for a track race the next day. And it was like it was real serious because coming out of Fayetteville, like there's not like tons of opportunities for you to like really go and do some shit. So you either got to do it in sports or like do it like, or just go join the military or do some shit to go to college. I didn't want my parents to have to pay like for mad college. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll get a track scholarship. So I was looking at track like this is going to be my way out. I'll get a scholarship, I'll go to college, I'll get a degree and get a job through track. So I'm taking this shit dead serious, getting my mind right, stop drinking, like not that I was drinking or smoking like hella young, but don't drink, don't smoke, don't drink soda, like don't do nothing, like just lock in. I'm listening to motivational speeches because to me it's like do or die. Like I gotta get this cross country or this track scholarship or my parents are gonna be like pulling out student loans for me to go to college, and I didn't want to put that on them. So I'm like, I'm gonna get myself right. So I already grew as a fan of like motivational speakers and like with the way like somebody can make you feel through their words. And I already found that through Eric Thomas. So when I started getting into cutting, I started getting like I still had the same vibe in me, and I started liking the same, still like the same things. And I started getting more into the book. So I like, man, fuck it. I'll just like start my own videos and speak some motivation. And then I didn't get the response that I got now from it because I didn't have the experience to put behind my words. It's like, I'm just a fan now. Like I'm saying the same things that like I hear somebody else say. Yeah. But I'm not like having like, I'm only a kid. I'm only like 18, 19, but I don't got experience to put behind it. So they didn't really hit like that. And people were like, man, shut up and just keep cutting hair in the comments and shit on the posts. I'm like, all right, I'll just go back to cutting hair. Fuck it. Like they got me. Haters got me. I let them stop me. So I go back to cutting, and that's where I like, did good as a barber and then really like stepped down on it in the pandemic. But it started there in like 8th grade. And I started pivoting during that pandemic because, like I said, you realize that if I can't go cut again, there's gotta be something else that I got inside of me, man, that I could give out to the world. And I realized like, yo, maybe it is my voice because I tried to do it before, and like maybe that was God telling me like, yo, you should have stuck with it. But like I felt like, yo, that maybe that's what I gotta be doing here. So when I started doing it again, I get stuck now.
Yeah, I kind of like the path that you took because most people do what you do and then they'll think like bigger clients, more money. But then you went in another route where you're giving cuts for free. But like the stories that you would tell in your videos were actually really inspiring. So even if it wasn't you saying something, it'd be like the questions that you ask and you giving people a platform. And then now you're being inspired by like a random person story that otherwise like we never would have heard of.
But it's like, yo, like success is a byproduct of purpose. When you chase purpose, success will come with it. Like if I truly believe that I'm here to inspire and help millions of people in this world, like that's what I'm here to do. Like God will give me all the money along that journey. But that should never be the thing that I'm focused on and that I wake up every day to chase. Is like, yo, I gotta get the next dollar out of the next video and do this. It's like, bro, if you believe you'll be as big as you are, chasing the purpose that you're here to do, you'll get millions of dollars along the way. It's just gonna come. That's a byproduct of like the shit that you're supposed to be chasing, which is why you feel like you're supposed to be here. So when I started chasing purpose, and that's when the haircuts went free, and that's when the conversation started, is because I truly believed in my heart, and when what God was telling me that's what I'm supposed to be doing here. Whether I'm gonna make money on it or not, I didn't make money on it till like a year later when I first started getting like a brand deal to some shit. But I just believed in that. Like even when I first started doing, I still needed to cut to make money. But I'm like, yo, I believe in what I'm doing here. So when you believe in that shit, like don't focus on trying to chase the next bag. That's gonna come. But you focus on what you feel like you're here to do, bro. You'll be blessed abundantly, bro. I can't even explain how much God has blessed me and like all the things that I have now that I never thought I had before, but it just came along with this journey.
Yeah, I was watching a video last night.
Great energy, man.
Yeah, no, Appreciate it is fantastic. Yeah, sure. Graham Stephan was interviewing Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast, Graham Stephan asked him, "Aren't you ever worried that like things are going to stop if you're spending all your money on growing your business? Aren't you worried that at some point it's going to stop and you're going to have nothing for yourself?" And he said that he actually lives really humbly, so there's nothing he has no financial burdens. He doesn't have student loans. There's no car he's paying for. There's no house he's paying for. He just lives like the average American, and so. And his insurance is if he just stops uploading right now, he could just live off all the AdSense from his videos that are sitting. But it doesn't make sense for him to prioritize like buying expensive stuff and increasing his lifestyle if the things that's actually making him happy is like his career.
Yeah, I've been a person that has lived under my means for a long time. Like well under my means. And that's really why I got to the position I am in today, is because I knew that when money started coming in, it doesn't mean you got to start spending more money. But when I wire like that, we're wired to think that when I make more money, I got to spend more money. And that's how you get fucked up by not having any in the end.
There's so many ways to justify it. I'm not gonna lie. Like people like I wanted this my whole life. I dreamt about this.
But like when you in entertainment, think about it, bro. If you get paid, let's say $100,000, right, for whatever you do, you're not getting paid $100,000. Like, or let me lessen it. If you get paid $20, right, you sell like a piece of merch, right, like a piece of something for $20. It's not $20. It's minus the credit card fees, which now makes it what, $17.50.
Yeah.
Minus taxes, which might make it like $15. Right, minus another couple $2 or whatever, and then whatever the price out of whatever you pay to get it. Like your true profit to like that $20 sale, when you take out everything it costs to run and do a business, like you're really making like $8-9. But people see 20 come in, and then you go spend 20 and you fuck yourself up, not thinking that Uncle Sam go come for these taxes at the end of the year, and I gotta cough up, I gotta put this shit away for a rainy day, you know, or you get stuck in some shit where like you never know, you know, you may not even like set your business up right, and then somebody's suing you and they suing you for everything that you got, but you didn't open enough different LLCs per income that you have, so you're not protected through everything else, right? You know, like when Marvel make a new video, Marvel make a new LLC per movie that they make. So if you sue somebody for the new Spider-Man that just came out, then you can't take no money that they made on the last like Avengers they made like the years before. Like you got to protect every single income that you have. So every one of them needs its own LLC and different
and then you gotta
setup.
consider like insurance, because you can get insurance to protect yourself, but then the insurance costs fucking plenty for businesses, and your accountant, because you got to do the bookkeeping, and then like any personnel, like, you know, producers, directors, cameramen, videographers.
It gets really expensive, but when it starts coming in, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. So like Mr. Beast is extremely smart because he put everything back into the business.
The temptation is so strong though. Like, how do you like resist the temptation? You know you could buy, because if you grow up dreaming about like, yo, I really wanted this type of house.
For sure.
Now you have the money to afford the type of house.
Because bro, I look at where I'm at right now, especially being young, bro, I don't got no kids. I'm not married. It's like, if I spend all the money I got right now, like I would just be spending that on myself. Like, fam, I ain't got no kids yet. What happens when my kids get here in the next 5 years and I got to tell them about how daddy used to be a millionaire? Well, why the fuck we ain't millionaires right now?
Daddy used to be rich.
Yo, you know daddy used to be a millionaire? Ooh, man, shut like the fuck up, man. My lying ass dad, like, what was that like, Dad? My dad a motherfucking liar, man. He told me he used to make millions. He lying ass. We broke as hell right now.
The facts.
Like, why the fuck would I blow all my money right now, bro, when I really ain't got much to really pay for?
My daddy used to have that.
But I think people get caught up in like the idea of what success looks like.
Yeah, but like I can't speak. But my bad to cut you off, bro. But like it came to my mind. I can't speak for everybody because, bro, everybody comes from really hard circumstances, and each one is extremely extremely different. So I can't say that like just because I'm really disciplined that you can't expect the next person. Like, because to a lot of people that really grew up with nothing, bro, when you do get the money and you want to go get something for yourself. Like I got friends, bro, that have been like taking care of their household since they've been kids, getting their first job, having to pay for like their mom to eat and like the rent for the house. Like, so you can't tell that kid, like, it'd be good advice to give them to hold on to invest it, but you can't be mad at like, yo, somebody who's always had no money and like ever always had to like be a grown ass man at a young age. That's common.
For sure.
You can't tell them like, hey man, don't buy yourself nothing.
Yeah.
When like their whole life they've just been given to everybody else as kids, bro. So it's hard. So you gotta have some like understanding for those people.
Oh no, for sure. But I think what I was gonna say was that I just think that it's the imagery of what success is. And like you said before, like success is really, I think people get too caught up in the idea of like what success is supposed to look like instead of what it is. Like success there's no monetary number to it, because success is based off of the goals and what you want to reach, the if you have. So if you set in place, hey, I want to be married with 2 kids, that ain't got nothing to do with no finance. But if you achieve a happy marriage when you raise 2 kids, like you are successful in that aspect. So I think too many people get caught up in the concept of the imagery behind it without actually knowing the due diligence, the hard work, the passion that actually leads into what actually success is.
Yeah, that word imagery is super strong. That's a really strong word that we need more of, because Like, when I was at the NFL draft, I was cutting Kayvon Thibodeau for like the NFL. I was interviewing for the draft.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think we need more of? He said, man, we need more imagery.
You talking about this last draft?
Yeah, this last recent draft.
Oh wow, I was in Vegas when that happened.
He said, bro, we need.
You guys met there.
Did I see y'all there?
In the hallway, yes.
I think I
okay.
did.
At
Yeah.
the elevator.
I remember meeting him at the
elevator.
OTE arena.
That was the
Yeah.
first time. The second time was right at the elevator at the NFL.
That's
How the
crazy. I
fuck
saw
does
a lot
Waleed
I saw a
remember it?
lot of people there. Yeah.
You got a great memory, dog.
But yo, Kayvon was like, yo, we need imagery because you just got to be able to see that like there's success that looks different than what we've always been shown on media.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, you got to see that it's like, even for Kayvon, like a big thing with him is people say that like he a loudmouth dude and he got media whatever, like personality. But like, yo, dude is extremely smart. And it's like, we're not shown that like anybody that is loud and like mouthy could actually be that smart. Like we haven't seen a lot of that, but he's like, yo, showing him like you could be that. You could be really yourself and have all your, have a sharp mind and still be held up there. So
Yeah.
like, but having different imagery of like, yo, people that come from different neighborhoods doing different things at high levels, like show that more to kids.
Yeah.
Show them that like there's more barbers out here that are being successful than going to college. Show them that there's more plumbers and estheticians out there for women to do that they may have thought they couldn't do before. Like we got to show that there's different examples. Even what y'all do through AMP, like man, I saw this kid in New York, man. Like I was cutting in New York last week, and there was a young kid, he was like 8 years old, bro, and ran into me at Central Park. He had his football, like flag football shit on. He's like, man, I watch your videos, bro. I was like, man, I appreciate that. I said, what you want to be when you grow up? When you grow up, you want to go to the NFL? He said, nah, man, I want to be a football content creator.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
crazy.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, you don't want to go to the NFL, bro? Like, now I want to have a YouTube channel. So it's like, yo, it's changing. Like the way the kids see themselves in the future changes now because we're seeing that there's an AMP possible. We're seeing that there's a Vic Blends possible. We're seeing that like I could do this shit. Like with social media, I could do it in my own way.
Yeah.
Like that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But we got to keep showing that.
For sure.
So
Actually,
how did you build your discipline up? Coming like you said, coming from like from where you were to get to where you at now. Cause it's probably hard. It is hard.
Yeah, like, bro, like, yeah, like I'm probably didn't, grow up with like fucking everything I ever want. Like there's a lot of shit I wanted to buy and like do with my money, but I just knew that like I said, for one, I don't got no family. Like there's nothing really I gotta go crazy on right now. And then two, like if I start to get money, right?
Right.
And like in my head, it's like, yo, I could get the Trackhawk right now. I go down to the dealership, buy a fresh Trackhawk or a Hellcat.
yeah.
But if I just hold out for 3 more years, bro, I might could go get a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari.
Yeah.
But like, who's to say that would have happened if I blew my money on like the Trackhawk the first time I got the Trackhawk?
Yeah, for sure.
So I started dreaming about like bigger things I would want to do with my money and like where I really want to be in my life. Not just like the first things that you have in your mind as like a kid when we young to get into it. But like as you start being around money more, you start to think like there's bigger and better things I could be doing with this if I just hold out for a couple more years. Like even with a crib, if I like scraped up the first amount of money that I had, like get my first crib and I bought like when I barely could like get it, it's like my crib would be a good crib, but it wouldn't be like what I dream of and what I want right now. So I just like would rather wait to make sure I'm gonna get something I actually want rather than blow my money on the first chance I got to get something that is in the same world.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait out and do it right.
Would you recommend? Do you do a lot of saving or investing your money?
Saving. Like there's nothing wrong with saving your money. I do invest my money. Like I got a wealth manager that'll invest my money, but like there's nothing wrong with just saving your money. And I think a lot of young people got that misconstrued where it's like, yo, I need to put my money into a business. I need to put my money here. I need to do this with my money. I want to invest my money, but like, yo, that's amazing. But like, don't let nobody tell you that you wrong or make you think otherwise if you just want to stack your bread, bro.
Yeah.
Like as a young dude, I'm not, when you're making like a substantial amount, you need to start doing some shit with it. But you saving up some thousands, bro, like, bro, there's nothing wrong with just saving that.
Yeah.
Every opportunity is an opportunity to invest in. You got to be a smart investor. You got to be you got to be a cautious investor. You don't want to just go start going crazy on any opportunity. You got to throw 10,000 in somewhere. Like take your time and do it right, because then it builds your reputation as like a partner and as an investor. Then you start becoming like a Steph Curry. It's like anytime Steph Curry got an opportunity to get a brand deal or invest in some shit, he go all the way and he execute.
Yeah.
But you don't want to start being the dude that like take any investment opportunity early on into having money and then you not executing. And like now your reputation is like, oh, don't fuck with agent because, oh man, I did a deal with agent 2 years ago and his ass like didn't post and didn't do whatever, like, or he did this and then didn't hold it up. Like, I'm waiting for the chance when I really got some shit that I really believe in and that like I really, really want to put my money into, because I just want to make sure that my fans, bro, appreciate that like I'm intentional with what I give out. And like early on when you build a brand, you start getting money and you start like doing whatever it taking any opportunity to get more bread. Like you're watering down the brand that you're building and the trust that you got with these fans, bro, and these people that look up to you. And like
what's a wealth manager?
A wealth manager is like is just like any other manager, but they manage your wealth. They invest for you. They give you advice on investments. They put your money in the stock market, so they'll track down equity deals, private equity. Like they invest your money. It's their job.
Okay.
I hate. I'm not too negative, but the one thing that I gained from this is that, like he said, discipline and then persistence. Yeah. I think you're a very disciplined man, because I think people don't
feel it. Like,
facts.
I mean, you gotta be, bro. You gotta be. It's extremely important, bro. And like,
talking. Like,
I hope there's somebody that watches this podcast, bro. If there's even just one, like, yo, just be disciplined, bro. Trust me, like, it's so fucking worth it, man. It's so worth it when you so far ahead and like everybody else want to catch up. Like, just trust me. Like right now, take it to the chin, bro. Like, it's cool to drive the car that you got from high school. It's cool to like wear the shoes you've been wearing for a couple years, or repeat an outfit. I wore this outfit like a couple days ago, bro. Like, I didn't have to go buy another outfit. I just washed it, wore it again because I love the outfit. You feel me? Like, but I'm not gonna go ball out on some Nord Dior to wear it because I gotta come on a podcast. Like, bro, it's all right. Like, just be yourself, bro. Like, I was always telling myself I want to be the loudest in the room, and not because I got the hardest like designer on or the biggest chain. Like, bro, I want this energy to be the thing that like takes me there. So like, it's cool just to be disciplined on that shit and wait out, bro. It gets greater later. Like, you want to save up for that rainy day.
I see you don't wear no jewelry. You waiting on it, or you gonna like?
Nah, I bought jewelry when I first got to Atlanta, but I don't wear jewelry because I just like, we talk about imagery, bro. It's like, man, there's a kid from my hometown, bro, that I don't want them to feel like they can't be successful if they ain't got a chain on.
Facts.
Or they can't be successful if they ain't got like, designer on or Louis on, or like bro, don't get me wrong, I would love a fucking beautiful diamond chain. Who wouldn't? But
of course, it's
just like, is it gonna impact like change my life?
I can see you being a watch guy, like collecting a nice watch collection.
Maybe in my future, bro.
It's crazy.
I can see it.
Maybe in my future, if you do it right, there's ways you can do it right. But like, there's also other things you can do. You can do with your money. So like, watch investing is cool, but it's not the only way for you to invest your money to have flashy shit. So like, there's lots of things you could be doing with your money.
I just learned about that recently, about watch investment and that. Like, and the prices on them. People buy watches to flip. And
watches are like cars, though. The only ones that appreciate are the ones that are like really hard to get. Like,
you got to get them retail, which is the hardest part. Like, you can't go to AP and walk in the store and buy a retail. You got to get put on the list. You got like interviewed at some of these stores, bro. And like, they don't just let anybody buy their watches.
But the only way to get on that list is to already buy shit from there.
You already got to show that you a good customer already. And
I don't know how it is with watches, but with cars, they don't even let you sell the car for a certain amount of time after you buy it from them.
I saw that with they banned 50 Cent, Justin Bieber, a lot of people from buying Ferrari.
You'll get banned. I
didn't know you can't tamper with it. You can't.
Same with like
different,
bro. When the C8 came out, when the Corvette came out, like, bro, people were buying them bitches up and flipping them for like 140, 150. Like the brand new C8 that retail for 80, 75.
In the car, so you'll buy it for.
You get it if you can get it. That's the hard thing, is if you can get it for retail, then you can flip it.
The car is just corrupt.
But if you ain't getting it for retail,
if you're not plugged up,
and you ain't plugged up getting it for retail, you don't know what you're doing, bro. You're not gonna make what you think. But
I'm saying that them at the dealership, like if they sold out the dealership, people will buy it and sell it back to the dealership for a higher price.
Sell it to people.
Sell it to other people.
There's a doughboy that ain't got no credit that can't get it for retail.
Yeah.
So he'll just pay cash for whatever. So if you a dude that got good credit and you could go buy the C8 off the lot for 75, and there's a dude that has no credit that just like make money in the streets and make money however, that just want to give you an extra 25 because he's just gonna get it from you. It don't fucking matter to him anyways. Like, you can flip the shit.
That's easy. All you doing is you use 75 in the moment, but you're just gonna make it back with 25.
But smart. It's imagery, bro. It's like, that's why I ain't got jewelry. It's like, not that I wouldn't like those things. I just want to show like, that you can be in these big places and do great things and not have to only have those things to be successful. And I'm not a rapper, so like I could see like my image. If my image was part of like being a flashy dude, I could see people buying into those things. Nothing wrong with that. It is not like, it's not for me.
True.
So actually it's interesting you brought up Eric Thomas, because I was the same way when I first started making videos. Along the time me and Lo were just on Skype every day, when the shit wasn't popping off, like that was kind of like the thing that kept me going. Because it's like there's not a lot of people when shit is failing for you repeatedly that's telling you like, no, don't worry, you're on the right path. But you know in your head like this is the path that you want to go down. But it's nice to have someone tell it to you. So I used to go down, like I had like so many of those like generic motivational videos memorized because I just hear them on repeat. I remember one time Eric Thomas came to my campus when I was in uni.
Wow.
But I didn't know until like it was actually happening, but it was too late. I was so tight. I was highly upset because I missed it. And I was like, damn, I feel like I'd have been the one person on campus who would have genuinely appreciated that. But yeah, I think the matter of having discipline, I always looked up to Kobe. I don't know who you looked up to growing up, but Kobe, because you would see the stuff, you'd hear the stories people tell about him, and you would know that it wasn't like a thing he would do when it was on camera. Because these stories people would tell is stuff that happened off camera. This is the way he is.
Never on camera. That's crazy. It is never on camera.
So I would think like, how is it even possible for someone to have the capacity to work that hard? And I'm like, is it even humanly possible to reach that level?
Tried it.
But over the past like 5-6 years, I've realized like it's not like a flip of a switch. You don't just turn into Kobe. It's just like small habits that you turn positive. And it could be like waking up 20 minutes earlier, or like, you know, the 20 minutes you would waste doing this, like turn that into some productive hours. And then after you do that for a lot, of your capacity grows. I still don't know if it's possible to ever reach Kobe, but just knowing you could be a lot more productive if you just.
I got like two great pieces of advice for like just productivity. It's like, for one, I used to make a dream day, and like I would write out my most dream productive efficient day, and I would start it from the second that I would wake up, 6 a.m. I would write out like on a piece of paper, what would I do from 6 a.m. to 6:20. From 6 a.m. the second I wake up, by 6:20 I need to have showered and like brush my teeth. From 6:20 to 7 o'clock I should have made breakfast and ate and like drink coffee. From 7 to 7:30 I should be like, you know, meditating and taking notes. From like 7:30 to 8, I should be doing, like I would write out like this most ideal day in my head. And I would wake up and I would put in time for my family. I would put in time for myself. And then once you break it down like that, you realize you got enough time to do what you want to do.
For sure.
Like this is like not obviously excluding, you know, life that'll happen, like shit that'll go wrong, but just like my most ideal day. And I would just wake up every day, bro, and try to execute this perfect day. I would wake up every day and I would try to execute like as perfect as I can to this time schedule. Cause I'm just like seeing on paper it's possible to be way more productive. And it would work for me for a couple months, and then I would re-look at it and I would realize like, all right, I didn't need as much time in this area as I did before. I need to be spending more time doing this. And then you start to realize that like, it's not necessarily like working as much as you can in a day, but it's like working at the right things every day. And sometimes you might work hard, but you're not working on the right part of your business that's going to take you to the next level. So I started figuring out what it is that I need to do every day to keep going to that growth, to keep like getting to that next level, to creating that energy. It's not always wake up and fucking grind till you can't stand up on your feet no more.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's bro like taking that extra day to give it to yourself to make sure that I'm ready for the next day to be really productive. Like every day don't got to be that hard, but I would try to work on like this ideal day. And like, bro, I would recommend that to anybody. Like just like look at your day, look at what you do. And then it's like, yo, even times when we say we hungry, like, man, I'm hungry. Like I'm in the middle of working or editing this video. I'm gonna get some food real quick. And you say real quick, and then the 15-minute like drive it's gonna take you end up like going somewhere to sit down now, and then you sitting down and eating. Then your homie wanna come, and then your homie come, and then it turned into food and drinks, and then you there for 3 hours when really it was like, let me grab a quick bite to eat. So I would like realize like, yo, if I'm grinding right now, is it worth it more for me just to Uber eat something if it costs like 10 more bucks?
Yeah.
Or am I gonna lose the 2-3 hours that it might take me to go try to like get food in the middle of Atlanta? Right. So then it's like, all right, what do I really need to do to get to where I want to get what I said I need to get done? If I'm hungry, is there something I could just eat in the house? Could I cook something in the house? Because it would be faster than me actually driving to go get food. Right. If you talk about wanting to be productive. So like sometimes I would catch myself wasting 2 hours because I'm like, yo, I'm going to go sit down somewhere. It's turned into a whole thing versus I could have just made something in the crib, saved that time, and kept working on my shit.
Facts.
What time do you normally wake up every day? You wake up early. You early wake up?
Nah, you would think that I'm like some 6 a.m. wake up grind type dude. I'm not, because I've realized like my schedule doesn't have to be that. I wake up probably around like 9ish now. Okay. 9ish, and I'm like, up and ready to go by like 10. By 10, I'll have like, showered, washed my face, teeth, coffee. About like 10, 10:30ish, 11, I'm ready to like head out the crib. But like, it just depends on what I got to do. I'm also just a grinder naturally. So like, if you tell me, yo, Vic, I need you here at 4:30 a.m., I'll be there. I'll just do what I have to do
to make it happen.
Make it happen. Like, I'll make whatever happen as long as I got enough hours in the day. But
man, it's a lot of things I'm trying to piggyback off of. The imagery thing. The biggest thing I gained, because before I started doing this full time, I was working at Sherwin-Williams, the paint store. And the biggest thing I gained from there is that I remember one time my manager came up and he told me, he was like, yo, that dude is a millionaire. That dude making like $500,000-$600,000. He live in like a mansion, and he's like painters with overalls on, right? Like you would never even know. But of course, like they own their own business and stuff like that. They got like several other employees, and so that really changed my perspective. I was never really like a fancy type of clothes guy, but then I started really thinking to myself like, yo, almost everybody I actually know who is or just hyper successful, bro, none of these people actually be doing the shit they do like they do on IG and stuff like that. Like none of them, almost like nobody I know. So it's odd to me, but I understand what it is, but it's odd to me, and I keep going back to the whole discipline thing, because every man I know, every woman I know who is hyper successful, bro, the level of discipline it takes to get to that point is like unbearable at times. Yeah, it's extraordinarily hard. Even beyond, like you said, with the discipline of like waking up and all that stuff, kind of going back to what I was saying before about the trying not to be too negative, but like you said, like there's people who, especially when we grow up in a world where like a lot of this stuff is fairly new. Like this is like a fairly new medium of people making money. So the idea of like you doing it is going to be like either shunned or like capped off. Like the idea of like, oh, you a barber, so this is the peak of it. But like people don't thoroughly understand. And I always enjoy and I love to hear people talk about having that type of mental discipline and fortitude and persistence to try to overcome barriers and open new doors for people. Because I don't think people thoroughly understand the value in that. Because like, in kind of going back to the imagery, it shows new people ways in which they can be successful in. Because for every day that we've known up until like this new era of like monetizing your skill and shit like that, bro, it's always been like the same cookie cutter ABC path of being successful, regardless if that's going to school, regardless if that's just you just being a plumber, regardless if that's you looking a certain type of way. And I always applaud people who have that type of mental fortitude to like be told like you can't, or like not even really can't, like this is the cap, but you find the persistence to try to find a way around it and shit like that. So I would take the time out to applaud you on that shit, because
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I don't think people, because I think people know it, but I don't think people thoroughly understand what it could do to somebody, especially like if they allow that to be like who they are. But more importantly, I don't think a lot of people thoroughly understand what it takes to do it, because I think it's much easier and convenient for people to be like, you know what, like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I am supposed to just own a shop and just keep it like that and shit like that. So I definitely applaud you on that shit.
I appreciate it. Thank you for that, man. That means a lot.
Facts. So when you were going through that, or I guess in general, like, is there anything kind of to help people overcome those type of mental hurdles? Because I think mental fortitude and mental discipline is also very, very key in a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, yo, you just got to understand there's power in being yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's true power in being whoever you say you are.
Facts.
So once you understand that, it's like, yo, I don't want everything in the world. I just want what's meant for me. And when you understand like what's really meant for you, then you stop trying to adapt yourself or change who you are to get everything that's around you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want no relationship with nobody or no artist, no rapper, if I can't just be myself doing so. If I got to be something I'm not to get it or to be there, and it's probably something you don't want. My track coach used to say there's no shortcuts worth taking. Mm-hmm. So if you got to take a shortcut, if you got to go the other way around, you got to be something you're not to be in that position, you probably don't need to be there in the first place.
Yeah. So
when I understood that, it's like, yo, just be yourself and let God give you what you need. Because sometimes what we need is not what we want all the time.
Facts.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, what do you need versus what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, I want everybody in the world to be my friend and to be in supportive of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But God has shown me that I only need a few people in my life to make that happen.
For sure.
And you probably already got them in your life.
For sure.
So once you understand that, like, yo, stop trying to drop your integrity to get everybody to fuck with you. Everybody don't got to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You just be yourself and let God give you everybody that you need in your life.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to force nobody or like be something I'm not for somebody to be a fan of like what the fuck I got going on. Like, God already showed me that I'm going to win. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be loved. I don't need to like drop my fucking character. I don't need to drop my integrity just to be in certain positions.
Yeah.
You know, so like you got to see power in that, man. You got to understand that the true power is in being yourself. But I had a chance to be on LeBron's show, The Shop, and they wanted me to cut on the shop, like cut on the show.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, oh damn, like LeBron James, The Shop, I'll be on TV.
Yeah.
But it's a great opportunity. And I actually got friends that cut on the shop. Shout out to my boy Vince. And like, yo, that's a great opportunity for a barber.
Yeah.
But I really truly believe that like my true gift is in speaking and like being myself, and like using my voice. That's what I'm here to do. So I had to humbly decline that opportunity because I'm like, yo, if I can't be somewhere using my voice the way that I feel like God has intended me to use it, it's like, man, I feel like I'm not really meant for me to be.
Yeah.
So I, like, with all due respect, I deny this because I want to make sure that I put myself in a position to represent who I am every time.
Facts.
Wow.
Man.
That's a fantastic podcast too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I hate to shift the energy, man.
I don't even want to switch the energy. I
don't even want to shift
I
the
ain't gonna lie.
I didn't want to switch it. I'm
He has no
actually.
idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. I
what you
really don't
mean?
want to. Though. We just
want to.
asked a line of questions.
Oh yeah, bro. If we
the
get into
end of
those questions, I ain't got to be dead motivational all day. Like,
No, but I
I
do.
want to start with one that's easy. What's your worst like cutting experience?
What's your
Alright.
worst cutting experiences? He can't. No money.
look, cause I rock with y'all. I give y'all one I ain't never told before.
Okay.
It's cause I fuck with AMP. I love what y'all doing. I give y'all a story, bro. I ain't never told before.
Okay.
I need a button for exclusive. I need something when something about to be powerful. I need a powerful button.
And
All right.
I'm looking over there. I don't have nothing
So
powerful.
look, man, we'll call this story. We'll title this story. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I got this opportunity to cut an NBA player like early on, bro. Like right when I'm fresh to Atlanta, trying to cut every celebrity I could cut, and I got this opportunity to cut this NBA player, like a good NBA player, an all-star. But I'm actually in North Carolina at the time visiting my family. Because when I first got back, I'll be homesick. I'll drive back and forth all the time. It was only 6 hours. So I was like, yo, it's a good drive. I can make it in a day. So I'm in North Carolina, and it's my last day there. So I'm already going to come back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then my boy hits me, this other NBA player. He like, yo, I got a homie that's about to play today on the Warriors. I leave it at that. He's on the Warriors, and he need a cut today. Could you give him a cut?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, for sure, I got you. I'm. What time does he need to cut? Because I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm gonna drive back. It'll be 6 hours. If he got a game today, then I'm gonna be in town by like 2:00. The game might be at like 7. He gotta get there at 5. Like I might have like I said, if I got enough time to do something, like I said earlier, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So if I could fit it in, I'll do it. So I'm like, yo, is that cool if I come at like 3:00? You know, I need like 30 minutes to grab my stuff. I'll be at his hotel by 3, get him cut by 3:45. He can make it to the game or whatever. They about to play the Hawks tonight. He like, yeah, that's perfect. They linked me in a group chat with him. And when I woke up let me backtrack. When I woke up in the morning in North Carolina, like something was feeling off about my stomach. Like I felt good. I still woke up, drank my coffee. I'm chilling, but like something just didn't feel like 100%.
You eat breakfast or you just drink coffee?
I'm not really a breakfast eater.
You just coffee and keep
So
it pushing.
pretty much like a coffee dude in the morning, and then by like 12, 11, so you know, because I don't wake up too early.
Yeah.
So I wake up around like 10ish. I might get a coffee. In this instance, I woke up early, but I'll get like I'll get a coffee, whatever, and then lunch, and then you know go and eat a good dinner.
Okay.
So I wake up, my stomach ain't feel right. So I'm like, damn, you know, whatever. I'm about to go cut this, you know, all-star. Like I gotta go, you know.
Yeah. So
I start driving. Mind you, it's 6 hours. Every hour that I start driving, every hour I get closer, bro, my stomach started to hurt worse and worse. Like every hour closer. And by the time I got to Atlanta and I got to the barbershop, bro, I was like fucked up.
Yeah.
This is before COVID. I had like a bug, bro. I like felt terrible, like diarrhea, like I was gonna throw it. Like I felt gross, man.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I can't miss this opportunity. Like, I can't miss this opportunity. And I feel crazy because it sounds crazy that like I went to go cut somebody feeling bad. I didn't want to get him sick or nothing like that. That was never my intention. Like, fuck his health. But like, I was just feeling like my stomach was hurting. Like, it's like something I ate. Not really feeling like I'm like sick to the point where I'm
food
contagious.
poisoning or something like
But
that.
yeah, I'm feeling like, yo, I got food poisoning or something. Like, bro, I'm not, that's something got to get out of my body.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna thug it out. I don't got no time to go to the bathroom. I literally got there as he's like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, I'm coming, bro. And I don't eat nothing. I don't drink nothing. I'm going to the bathroom. I don't take no time for me to just like relax and like, I just drove. I get my clippers. I get off the road. I go straight to the hotel. And I get up there and I start cutting. And this dude get a ball fade. So as I start cutting the fade, you know, the first thing you got to do is like put the ball line in.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the first thing. So it look mad crazy when you first start. Yo, I get in there and it's a hotel. It's a tiny ass hotel. So like it's only one room. Not like he got like all the rooms and shit.
Yeah.
So I get in there and bro, I start getting hot. So I got to take my jacket off. Like I'm cutting in my wife beater. Looking mad crazy. He playing Call of Duty. He playing Nipsey Hussle like dummy loud. So like it's loud as fuck in there. He playing Call of Duty. And I'm like cutting with my shirt off. So I'm hot as hell, like sweating, like cold sweats. Like, man, you feel like terrible. Like you get cold sweats. Well, I swear to God, I started getting blurry vision. I started not being able to see his fucking head.
Nah, this buddy like, man.
Hey, bro, yo, I kid you not. I'm standing there like, I've never been in this position before.
I'm gonna say, where the line go?
Like I've never been like blinded. I've never been like feeling like I'm about to pass out ever in my life. Like in the middle of a cutting a fucking all-star, bro. An hour before he plays. Like,
No, that's
and
tough.
his hair just got the line in it. So I'm like, hey, bro, you got a bathroom? Asking a dumbass question like that. Like, of course he got a bathroom. It's the only other room right there. Like, it's asking a dumbass question. I'm nervous. I'm like, yo, I'm in the bathroom right quick. He's like, yeah, go ahead, bro. Hella nice. I go in the bathroom, dog.
Nigga, he already know who it is.
I go in the bathroom, dog, and like, yo, he
NBA fucking horse.
like I said, I'm glad he was playing Nipsey Hussle, bro, because I started shitting and throwing up in the bathroom, bro, at the same time, like going, like I had food poisoning. I'm throwing up in the middle of this haircut, bro, and I'm starting to feel like there's nothing I could do right now. How do I come out and tell this dude like,
You felt defenseless,
yeah, bro, like physically.
vulnerable.
Like I felt physically defenseless. I couldn't stand up type shit. I'm like, how do I explain this to first him, and then to the guy who gave me the referral, another NBA player, like, yo, Vic came over and he fucking like died in the middle of the haircut. So I'm like, yo, I started chugging the sink water, and I'm like trying to hydrate myself
Like in the bathroom?
in the bathroom, bro. I get off the toilet, I start chugging the sink water, and it's one of those moments where you gotta look in the mirror and you gotta be like, hey man,
This ain't it.
it's do or die.
Do or die. It's now or never.
It's now or never. I look in the mirror, I'm like, hey, it's now or never. And I already had like my homeboy on speed dial to like come finish the hair. I was gonna call another barber to come like finish the cut for me. I didn't care that much. I was like, yo, I gotta go. Bro, I fucking go out there, I finish the cut. Dude was so happy. He loved it. Great review to my referral. And bro, that's what I realized. Like,
Bro, you saved it.
yes, yeah, I saved, I put it together, but and nobody knew. He never got sick, nothing. Like nobody ever like knew. Nothing wrong with the bathroom. Like that's what it was. But that's to the topic, to the title of the story.
Yeah.
Like yo, sometimes it's not worth it, bro. And that's why I said, like, I ain't putting my health on the line no more for no haircut, bro. Like what we said way earlier at the beginning of this podcast, like I'm not putting my health on the line no more for nothing, bro. Like, are you kidding me, bro? I thought I was gonna die.
Jeez, bro.
I thought that would be like the cancellation of my career right there.
You know, it's only like 3 people that can be applicable to that story. It's only
We ain't
3.
gonna name drop it, but
And one of them don't get a haircut, so I know it's not that.
we ain't gonna name drop
Yeah,
it.
no, we not.
It was, yo,
Yeah,
he doesn't even know.
You
I'll tell him one day, man. One day when I see him again, I'll be like, bro, you know I almost died cutting your hair? Like, what?
Is there ever been a dang, I don't want to switch it, but I'll switch it. What is the shit? That sounds like the biggest like haircut simp story. Nigga drove 6 hours to cut hair. But what is your biggest like down bad moment? Like you did something excessive for like a girl or something like that. That
For a
you,
shorty?
you immediately regret it. Like you like, yeah, no, this isn't.
Man, bro, immediately regret. I mean, bro, I guess like when you get catfish, it's like immediate regret. But like you don't know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like,
Till the fish come out
yeah, you don't know till like shorty pop up.
out the mud.
So like when I got to Atlanta, like when I first got to Atlanta, I was wilding, man. I was like, just trying to kick it with girls, single, like fresh to a city. So like I'm letting like shorties pull up and shit, and like shorties would like hit me in the DMs like, yo, I want to come see you. Like, man, hey man, I kept it P, man. Like I ain't never buy a flight not once. So I'm like, yo, if a shorty's willing to buy on a flight, like fuck it, I'll let her come. Like whatever. So I'm looking on the grand, she looks straight, but like, shorties will fly themselves out. So like come kick it, and like they get to the crib and it's like it's not what it is. But then like, there's one shorty, like, bro, she like took videos of me type shit in the crib.
Ain't no fucking
Like
way.
sneaking videos and shit or whatever. And like, bro, I was a young man. I learned my lesson from doing like little dumb shit like this, because
That's
then
inevitable though.
But it's inevitable. And then like a year later, like trying to post the shit to TikTok and like,
She posted it a year later.
bro, yes, like.
Wait,
that's crazy.
You take phones now, or you put them? What you do now? You put them in the basket?
I got a shorty, man. I'm like, damn, they're married right now.
Oh, you married? Oh,
no, damn
congratulations.
near, but like,
Bro, waiting until a year though is
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
yeah, waiting till like a motherfucker started like doing
the
his
relationship, yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and be like, oh, I had him so and so doing this. Like, bro, I'm a nice guy. Like, bro, like I'm really just a nice guy at my heart. So like, even when these shorties would pull up and be on bullshit, like, I would just like let them enjoy their trip. Like, I wouldn't be like, I'm not an ass. I'm like kicking nobody out, like going crazy. So like,
I'll just stop talking to
So
them.
you got catfish.
Yeah.
Like, would you continue the rest of the night, or you just ended it?
I mean, you kind of just like, bro. I mean, one day,
He said he was a nice guy. So
bro, which is unfortunate is like, I stopped letting girl. First, I stopped letting them. They're not gonna fly themselves out. I'm not like letting no shorty be stuck in my crib no more. So like, that stopped after that happened. So like, no more like they're coming over and like, oh, I'm gonna be here for a couple of days. Because, bro, after a day, like, if you ain't vibing, you don't want to be stuck for like 3 more days of like, hey,
Yeah.
she got to be here. So,
Yeah, facts.
She a catfish. She not vibing.
and not vibe, it's just on it.
that's
But,
bad morals though. Like on her part.
it is what it
She
is.
know
It's
better.
also on
Yeah.
me. It's all,
She
but it's,
willing
no.
to buy that flight. She must know she
It's
ready
on
to
me.
go.
It's on me,
It
though.
is on you at
It's
the end
on
of the
me,
day,
bro.
'cause
Like,
you should have FaceTimed her.
I'm
I
like,
blame her too.
I'm wilding. I'm like, not doing my due diligence. I'm like, first of all, bro, like, no
false
young man,
identification.
bro. If you a
It
young
is.
man,
I blame her too.
It's
It's
for all the-
almost fraudulent.
look, this
is
for all the
fraudulent.
guys out there. If you a young man getting money, bro, and like you become like a catch some of these women, they want to come pull up on your shit, bro. Just get the hotel. Don't let no shorty come to the crib. Don't let no friends come to the crib. Don't let nobody come to where you lay your head
Why
at.
are you nodding your head?
Walid nodded his head?
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yo, why
It's
did you
fucking
say?
insane.
Damn.
I never had no random in this house.
Don't let no random shorties come to the crib, bro.
What
Trust
in
me.
the fuck is this?
The cap that happens on this podcast is astronomical.
Now we gotta be honest on the podcast, bro. Like,
Yeah.
but if you have, bro, look,
You take them to a hotel every time?
I don't do that no more. I got a shorty now, but
I
like,
said before.
Nigga,
you
this is like a
suggest taking them
community
to a
house.
hotel.
yeah. Yo, I would suggest like, just get the hotel because, I mean, bro, you just can't trust nobody nowadays, man. Like, you just
That's
gotta
really true.
just be
facts.
careful with like who's coming to your crib that don't know you, especially if you a young dude like already getting to it. You got money, you can see that. Like, you can see this dude doing nice shit. Like, right, just protect yourself, man, and like don't bring nobody to the crib unless they like real family. Even for friends, like other homies, like don't let your homie bring his homie to the crib if you don't know him type shit. Like, you
That's
gotta
such a
like,
good. Hey, say that one more time.
Say that
for
one
the
more
mic.
time. Say
that
it
one more time.
louder
Y'all-
too.
Why are you looking at me?
No, say it. Please say it one more time, please.
Bro,
Why
y'all
don't
know.
your Uber driver come to the crib? How about that?
Oh my god, y'all letting randoms in the
Whoa,
crib, bro.
How about that? I don't know why you're looking at me.
You brought the Uber driver in the
No,
crib, bro.
no.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Did you bring thousands of people to the house, and 2 people that left the house cited it as the main reason why they left?
Wait, what? Say it again.
Said 2 people that left the house that used to live here cited it as the main reason why they left.
Cap.
No, it's not.
One of them is in the room.
One of them just downstairs.
it's just a safety thing, man. Like
It's a safety
you don't want
thing.
to
It's
get
like a peace of mind thing.
Yeah, peace of mind. Like, bro, you lay your head there. That's where you're most vulnerable. That's where you sleep. That's where your peace is at. Like, don't let nobody come in there and fuck the energy up. Like, you know, just chill, man. Like,
you can have your vibes or at your home.
the home is so sacred, bro. The home is such a sacred place. Like,
Super
trust me, you
sacred.
gotta.
That's why
When you're young though, it's like no. Now I got freedom. I'm bringing all the girls over because I couldn't do it at my mom's crib. I get it, but like, bro, trust me, man. Just be careful, bro.
That's
like,
such a good point.
it is. It sounds like some pops ass, like get some dad advice type shit. Like,
I think a lot of people.
it don't sound like the cool thing to say, bro.
A lot
but
of people
trust
need
me.
to hear that though.
Yeah,
Trust me,
when
bro.
you come home after a long day and there's just like
Trust me, bro.
bullshit in the kitchen and like,
Bro, I got like, but I just know that from living in the Ville, bro, and cutting out my garage and like getting my garage, my shit broken into and like people stealing my rims and shit.
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, I don't speak through nothing unless I got experience through it. Like, that'll happen, bro. Like, fucking stole my goddamn 22-inch fucking chrome rims, bro. I had some 22 like that on my shit. It stole the whole fucking set, bro. I had time in my backyard.
I got my house stolen too, so I try to explain to people that.
Yeah, bro, that shit ain't no
they
joke,
just-
man.
yeah.
People out here
I
hungry,
just- they
bro.
just
I ain't
don't
testing
really-
nobody with my shit, bro. Like, the crib is sacred, man. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I think some people just don't really thoroughly understand. that
and it's
part.
like, maybe one day they'll understand, but that's a good lesson to learn though.
That's it's a good lesson.
Bro, invest in security.
That's you.
Me?
I'm not. I'm looking at.
I don't know why he said that. It couldn't be me. I am
Slightly both of y'all, but no, you're ridiculous.
slightly. I
You're
invite like
ridiculous.
one or two people to the
Willie, you're
house.
ridiculous. Willie this.
There's only one story time in this household, and it's on the internet.
No, there's only one that we can legally tell.
There's worse.
There's only one that we can legally tell.
Nah, you bugging.
What?
Only one person caused commotion in this crib.
Willie, there's only one that we can legally
so
tell.
not true.
And
I
it's
got
so
One
not.
person that came
No,
through
Willie,
this
stop.
household
Willie,
blew so much
stop.
shit up,
Please stop.
and it's not from me.
Y'all got legal situation, man. We
Nah,
gotta,
yeah, Willie.
we gotta leave that out, man.
Willie, yeah, let's stop. Let's please.
No,
Crazy.
that is
If we're being mad honest right now,
Oh,
the
Willie.
person who bring the most random people to the house is behind that desk.
Oh, this is for everybody in this room. Let's be clear. This is for everybody in this
I
room.
might just have to get it like I think I might just have to get my spot like closer to the city, man, just to be alone, man, to have my peace of mind.
Oh, you also need to shut up because I heard some stuff what this nigga's referring to right now. It's
Oh,
crazy.
no, I'm the least offender in this house.
I know, but
I bring like the same person over.
Yeah, okay. Jesus. What is your favorite moment in terms of creating content? Like your favorite video that you ever produced, or like the favorite story that you ever told? That somebody told to you. Excuse me.
Man, bro. I mean, my favorite, my personal favorite to me, which meant a lot, was interviewing Roger Goodell. That was like my favorite thing I did.
Okay.
Was I got to interview him for the NFL draft while I was in Vegas. That was my favorite because I got to really speak to somebody that like makes decisions that impact the world and impact a lot of people's lives, like between NFL and football. So like somebody that withholds like that much power, I got to talk to him about some real ass shit. And like it meant a lot to me to be able to have that conversation because that's why I feel like I was here in the first place. I didn't give him a haircut. We just sat down and talked.
Okay.
So like that showed a lot of like, first it showed a lot of power in myself just being my own voice, like withstanding like a great conversation with somebody like that. But then also not being scared to like look the dude in his face and be like, yo, what about this? How you gonna change this? How you gonna help these people do this? Like it meant a lot to me to do so, bro. Like I'm so proud of that moment, because I wanted to be respectful with those opportunities.
Yeah.
And when I speak for like when I speak in those situations, I just want to think about how can I bring the most impact to like whoever needs it.
Yeah.
So I would do my due diligence. Before that interview, I called Killer Mike, and like, Killer Mike helped me out with like, this is what I would talk to Roger Goodell about, man. Like if you're gonna take this opportunity to have this conversation, because it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It's not like this dude is getting interviewed by everybody everywhere.
Yeah.
So like the fact that I had the opportunity to do so, I wanted to be respectful and make sure I made the most out of that situation. So I just wanted to be prepared and make sure that I knew I went in there with the right amount of information about what's really happening. Because I'm not the biggest NFL fan, nor am I the biggest politic fan. It's not that I want to get into either of those. I just want to make sure that if I'm going to be the guy that is stepping to the plate when it's something that needs to be talked about, then I'm prepared as a journalist to do so.
Yeah, man. And Killer Mike is a fantastic person to ask advice from.
That's my guy, bro. I love that man. He bro, teaching me so much, man. You know, always got my best interests out for him. It's always been showing me love since I came to the city, man, before I really even started doing my thing. So shout out to Killer Mike. But, you know, like that moment, bro, that piece of content.
Yeah.
I remember.
Sorry to cut you off. I had a fire ass idea. Next time you should shine someone's head, like a bald person,
Shine it.
while they tell you a story. Because it's not cutting those.
I've cut some bald people. I want to say I shine it, but I've cut some bald
shine their
folk.
head like Jeff Bezos. Shine that nigga's head, man.
I would, Jeff Bezos, I made that happen, bro.
Yeah, because that'd be a great combo.
For sure.
I don't know. You could talk about so much, but anyway.
Yeah, I actually fuck with Jeff
thought-
Bezos. He got a documentary on PBS, but that's like really eye opening.
PBS.
Yeah.
Is that like a
What about-
streaming platform?
It's like the
Like a TV
Amazon. It's
channel?
like the Amazon documentary.
PBS
Prime Video.
Public's broadcasting system.
Let me
I know,
make
but
sure
that's
I
a
got the
TV
right
channel,
network.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
bro.
I'm saying.
Oh,
Y'all gotta watch. I recommend y'all, bro. Just as like,
nigga, stop looking at me like there's HBO and there's HBO Max, a streaming service, right?
When you say that, but I keep
What's PBS?
forgetting.
PBS, the TV channel.
I forgot you're Canadian.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Is there a streaming service called PBS?
No,
Like a TV show.
Just-
Like
somebody says
we used to watch
PBS,
the
that's what
PBS.
it
Oh,
is.
so how do I watch it though? If I
on
have to wait for a
cable.
rerun?
it's on YouTube.
Cable.
It's on YouTube too?
Yeah, watch this. on
Oh,
YouTube.
see, there's my answer.
The Amazon documentary.
What's
I
that?
like-
Yeah. PBS Frontline. It's a PBS
I like
Frontline.
learning from like ultra successful people. Like I was fascinated when Bill Gates was talking about how his main priority right now is like maintaining his like health of his mind. Like he doesn't want his mind to rot as he gets older. I thought that was fascinating.
Jay-Z said that he spends most of his money on his health. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, if you don't got health, you just can't make more money.
What do you mean health? Like when you
Your
mean,
body, your health, like your
like
everything.
food intake,
Intake,
just
going to
body.
the doctor, getting checked up, working out, living like a good lifestyle, like, and taking mental breaks when you need them. Like your health, bro. That's like if you don't got that, everything else stops. It don't matter how hard you
Yeah,
work.
you seen P Diddy recently? Like, he look tired. He look worked.
I haven't seen him, but he goes from looking work to looking clean.
Yeah,
up.
which
Like,
is
he goes back and
kind of
forth.
odd, but yeah,
It is kind of
he's kind of odd.
Yeah,
But
bro, one day you're gonna wake up, bro, and you're gonna have so much work. Like you're gonna have so much to fucking do one day when you wake up. So it's like if you want to manage yourself when you get to that point that you're ready for that. Like one day you're gonna wake up, bro, and it'll be like every day there's like 10 things you gotta tend to and do. Like right now it may be fun, like we grinding, knocking shit out, but bro, that grind that you pray for, that busyness that you pray for, those opportunities, they're gonna come one day, bro. You just gotta be ready to balance them.
That's a fact.
man, this is a good ass fucking interview, bro. No cap, bro.
I appreciate
I'm so
that,
happy
man.
I met you. No cap.
Man, likewise,
For
yeah.
sure, for sure. Any final words? Anything that's next you got in the pipe dreams? If you want to let people know about.
I mean, nah, man. I mean, like anything next, like, I mean, I finally got my brand dropping within the next year. I can't drop like the name of them, but
Hold them right.
yeah, everything like just like my brand. Like I'm a person, so like as far as like branding or creating something,
It's all based off you.
yeah, like not based off my name, but like Nipsey Hussle didn't sell Nipsey Hussle hoodies. He saw like the marathon.
Yeah.
Like everybody's got like that thing for him. So I finally been working on what that is for me. So I'm building that, and like that'll hopefully be here before the year ends. And then we're also building the school in California prisons in Valley State Prison right now. So that's in progress. And then we got tons of shit that I'll tell you about off camera that we got coming. But I'm just gonna keep trying to inspire folk, keep having conversations that matter, keep bringing up shit that I feel like people should be hearing. And then I hope that God take care of the rest of that. But tons of shit on the way.
For sure, for sure. Again, nice meeting you. Nice for sure. Dead ass.
Yeah, likewise, bro. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
I was listening to workout videos, motivational videos when you came in. I was working out yesterday. Like I just put them on in the car. It's
hard.
When I'm feeling down or I don't feel like working or discipline kind of fade. You just put it on and it kind of like give you that hunger again. Let you know like everybody's in the worst situations or maybe
Everybody got to find that inspiration somewhere, man. Some might like to watch the videos, some might like to read, whatever it is. Like, find something that like makes you really feel good, about yourself.
Agent, any final words?
Oh yeah, well shoot, I just want to say, bro, I love everything that y'all built as like a team for AFP. Like I've been watching for the last couple of years, bro.
No, thanks, man.
My little brother is like, he's 18, he fucking loves y'all, loves watching y'all streams, everything y'all do. So it's dope that like we got to do this together.
Shout out to Kai, 90K.
Yeah, shout out to Kai.
90?
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday.
Yo, bro.
It's been 3 days from 80 to 90.
Yes.
Bro, he's about to hit 100.
He about to hit 100.
He's on that
about
speed
to
shit
hit
right now,
100.
bro. Million,
Yeah,
it's like
facts.
10,000 a day. So
Facts.
yeah, y'all are motivating, bro.
100K sub,
Y'all are
bro.
changing. Y'all are changing the shit. Like y'all keep going, man. This shit is awesome.
Yeah,
Facts,
that's
facts.
tough,
That's
man.
crazy.
For sure. Do you have fun? You were just like,
Sorry, I just got some good news on my phone.
Let me check my phone. Let's see if I got some.
You got any good news on your phone?
Nah, I just got.
Nah, I don't have no final words, man.
No.
Hey, yo, thank y'all again for watching another
He
episode of
didn't ask
Peer to
you.
Peer Podcast. Yo, make sure y'all click the membership button so y'all can get more exclusive content. And until next time, we'll see you all later. Peace.
Later.